Welcome to the BC Renegade pregame show with Kenny Calvin and John Metis, live from Long Beach Veterans Stadium. How you doing, Medicine Man?
Oh, I'm doing great, Kenny. How are you?
Pretty fantastic weather. Had an opportunity to do a few concert walkthroughs and some music work.
I saw you had a
doing some
busy
music
morning.
work. Yeah, busy morning, but let's talk about this Renegade battle versus Long Beach. Traditionally a heated, emotional rivalry. We're both coming in at 3-3. We know they stay balanced,
Yep.
run and pass.
Yep.
But how can we find balance?
Well, that's going to be an issue, especially with it looks like Josh Medina is not going to be playing today.
Oh.
The normal Renegade starting quarterback. Didn't see him dressed out there for warm-ups. I was talking to Coach Chudy yesterday, and, Chudy didn't say that Josh wasn't going to play, but just the tone of his voice when he was saying, well, we're going to have to evaluate things tomorrow and see what's going to happen. So, it didn't sound good yesterday, and, yeah, he wasn't out there for warm-ups today. I would expect Jacob Irby to make the start solely because he was taking the majority of the reps during pregame warm-ups.
Okay.
And I was actually surprised last week when he got pulled from the game because I think, no offense to Josh Moran, I think Jacob Irby is the better quarterback, but I think there was something.
Yeah, better arm.
I think there was something else going on there. After Irby threw the interception in the end zone, there was, some coaches came up to him and there were some heated discussions. And when he got pulled, when they were in the red zone, and Medina ended up fumbling, but he came off to the sideline. There were some discussions then. He kind of put his helmet down. He looked he's normally honestly one of the peppiest guys on the sideline and walking around. Even when he's not in, he's talking to the offensive line after a drive and things like that. So I think there was just some thing going on there between him and the coaches, maybe attitude.
Because it was very emotional. It was an emotional time.
Yeah.
Somewhat embarrassing as a backup quarterback to come in. You're going into the red zone. You have an opportunity to make a big play, and you throw the interception. So, one of the things about that play is I watched that next drive, his body language and his demeanor.
That's exactly what I think it was.
Was so negative that, as coaches, we're not even going to give you an opportunity to get back into the game if we see that you can't handle the man-like conversations that we have to have after those kind of mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it was, they wanted to teach him a lesson. Okay, you're not going to go back into this game, even though it was still a very competitive game by that point. But a week of practice can change everything. He could have righted those wrongs, made sure everything was good, and again, it's only a week. But for Jacob Irby, every week is monumental because
Absolutely.
you're getting just so many more reps in practice, and especially if Medina couldn't go this week in practice. But he's only been here for a month.
What a roller coaster ride for a guy that got off the plane
Yeah.
versus Golden West College. You come into a game where you had an opportunity to win. You don't do that. But the next week you come out and you're part of a 50-plus point blowout. Where you perform well.
Yeah,
and
you
have
threw the
a few
ball all over the place in that one.
high confidence plays to where you're like, okay, he's getting it. And then we come back after the bye, and you make that mistake. So it's definitely going to be a test to see where his head at and where his heart is as well. Because this game is more mental than anything. So I'm glad you brought that up. So let's change pace a bit. Talk about the running game. Last week we had a first half where Elisha Ortiz had 100-plus yards rushing.
Yep.
Second half was total opposite, blank. I think he ended the game with like 130 rushing when he had 115 at half, I believe. So how do we get the offensive line back into the flow of that 50-point blowout where we rush for 300 yards?
Well, and that's exactly it. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. If BC can't run the ball, their offense is not going to do well.
Yes.
Against a team like this, against a team like Long Beach, who's also having a down year, and I would consider BC to be having a down year this year too. Against Ventura, they made adjustments in terms of their defensive line, and they made adjustments in terms of how many guys they had in the box and their blitzes to where BC's game plan coming in wasn't going to work anymore, and that's what you saw in the second half.
That's exactly what we saw.
Elijah Ortiz had, I think, 4 or 5 carries for a total of like 4 or 5 yards. He ended up he got a couple that were gains, but then canceled out by the negative yardage plays, and you can't give up on the run game, especially with the quarterback situation the way it is. And in that game too, you're down, so you got to start throwing the ball more.
Yes, and that changes the scope of the game.
Yep.
A couple empty red zone opportunities that we had as VP finally makes it up to the stadium. But you know, just talking about the team as a whole, it seems like we were fighting our tails off, and then once a couple bad things happened, just the morale went south. You know, and for broadcasters, it's tough for us to call the game in a positive way if we see so many members of the team dejected as well. We just got to call it how we see it, and that's just what happened from that perspective. But more than anything, in those moments, we like to highlight the guys that are still flying around on the defensive side of the football, because we did see some of that, and that's what I want to change the pace to defense. You know, the defensive guys have done a high-level job when they're on the field, but that's just the problem. They're on the field too long.
Yeah, that's exactly it. When your offense is going 3 and out way more than you would like, the defense, it's kind of, you know, to no fault of the defense, it's demoralizing for them when it's okay, we got to stop, we forced a punt, or we got an interception, and then you barely get time to sit down on the bench and look over that last series when it's like, all right, defense, get back onto the field, and you're kind of like, man, I'm doing my job.
Yes.
And then I just got to keep, like, where's the reciprocation from the offense? So,
you know, you hit the nail on the head there too, because I put so much pressure on the secondary every week. You know, I told myself.
You can't help it.
Yeah, you know, I told myself I'm coming into this week with a different focus, because everybody who's been listening knows how tough I am on those guys. But just like you said, you can only cover these amazing athletes on the edge so long before one of these balls, these 50-50 balls, end up being caught. So, you know, we'll see what happens from the perspective of how our offense can assist the defense with getting more rest. You know, Coach Dean does a great job mixing the playbook up. We got kind of limited last week. And, you know, a lot of the fans, as I left, I heard fans complaining, you know, we got too one-dimensional. Well, I mean, what more can you do when you're playing with your fourth-string quarterback? You know, so I'm here to remind the listeners that it's only so much playbook to be called when you're working with your twos, let alone your threes. And with your fours, you're just basically telling them what to do before the snap.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the season, I think everybody should know the whole playbook, but that's in an ideal world where, you know, a lot of these guys are freshmen. We're at the junior college level. So
some of these guys work.
Yes,
you know,
that's
like,
exactly it. You're going to class, you're working. You know, there's a lot more going on than football. So that's why I think Coach Dean and the offensive staff here at Bakersfield College, I think they keep the playbook for the most part pretty simple. They don't try to, you know, we're not doing triple reverses and things like that. You're not seeing like, well, I mean, Shane Jones did throw a ball out of Wildcat, but, you know, it's not like they're doing these incredibly complex blocking schemes. They just, you know, want you to know what you're supposed to do and do that. And so you don't have to be thinking about all these things. It's just, okay, this is your job. You got to execute. You got to do it well. We're not trying to trick you. We're just trying to execute better than you. And that's what's been the issue this year, is just the execution for all 11 guys on the same play has not been there that often.
Well, I definitely agree. You know, right now, John Metis, we're about 20 minutes away from kickoff. We finally got Vance Palm in, along with the eye in the sky, Mr. Coop. And we're going to talk about some of the future aspects of Renegade football after this week, not as far as playing. We're talking about homecoming, the 30th anniversary. We also have current schools sponsoring, you know, the tailgate and the fireworks show. So a lot of that to talk and come up with after the break. And I believe you and Vance Palm may bring us into the game right after this.
It's hard to think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
From the growers and winemakers to the tasting room staff, sales teams, and business owners, wine is an iconic image of California. At Rabobank, we know that viticulture and enology are an important part of the Golden State's business climate. They're industries in which growing businesses require a financial partner who understands the unique challenges they face every day. As one of the world's largest lenders to the wine industry, Rabobank provides local expertise, access to a global financial network, exclusive research, and educational resources. We're committed to nurturing and investing in California's wine network. We are Rabobank, driven to do more for the people and communities we serve.
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game, Saturday, October 27th, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Valitix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gades!
Growth starts small, from a seed or an idea or a plan for your future. And with the right tools, the right guidance, things start to happen. At Rabobank, we know about growth because we provide banking for communities grounded in agriculture, helping people like you and communities like ours thrive with the right banking solutions. It's why at Rabobank we roll up our sleeves to go to work for you. We're Rabobank. Let's talk.
Think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm alongside the Medicine Man, John Metis. John, enjoyed your chat with Kenny here prior to me coming on. Thought we mix things up a little bit. And there's this thing called Southern California traffic. Now, we left Bakersfield like at 11 a.m. Good to see you. Thanks for opening up with Kenny. First of all, as I like to do, go back a week ago. I know you and Kenny already talked about a few things, but Ventura, you're newer to that Ventura vibe. I've been there doing that a long time, and we've had some big wins there, some tough losses there. Last week, to me, an aggravating loss.
Yeah, that was aggravating in many senses where, I think the defense played really well for the most part, but then there were just a few plays here and there where they give up chunk yardage, give up a big play, and those led to scores. And the offense just, they had their opportunities to score early in the game, turned it over in the red zone, and then just couldn't get anything going for the rest of the game. And another disappointing loss.
I may rehash a couple of things you and Kenny talked about, but where are we with our quarterback situation?
Well, no Josh Medina today, it looks like. I was talking to Coach Judy yesterday, and he didn't seem too optimistic that Josh would play, and I didn't see him out there for warm-ups. So I would expect to see Jacob Irby starting the game. I know he ended up getting pulled out after 2 passes last week, but I don't think that was because he's not the number 2 quarterback or because he's not the second best or most talented quarterback on the roster. I think that had to do with some other stuff, whether it be his demeanor or there were some discussions on the sideline between him and coaches. So I think there was something else going on there. And, you get to kind of rehash that all during a week of practice, figure that stuff out. And he was taking the number 1 reps during warm-ups, so I'd expect to see him. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Josh Moran, too.
Moran comes in, a little bit of a spark. Big touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Coaching staff, everybody high-five. It was a good moment. Just kind of shows that sometimes you have to go to the well with a different bucket of water. Maybe that's a little something that for Irby to have seen and said, all right, it's gonna if they give me another shot at it this week, it's got to happen. Let's fast forward it to this week with Long Beach. Kenny and I are used to coming down here and just kind of having this, oh boy, Long Beach, going to be a tough road tonight, because most of the years they're just a dominant force.
Yep. This
year, maybe not the case.
Yeah, they've been having a down year this year. They're 3-3. I think they've been dealing with some injuries, a lot of ACL injuries is what I've heard. So a lot of guys have been hurt. They lost to East LA last week. So, I think it's kind of, I said this to Kenny, I think it's kind of down years for BC and Long Beach.
Well,
so still pretty even, I would think.
The upside for us is that we can go home next week 1-1 versus I think somebody saw the schedule and was like, wow, the gauntlet road trip, Ventura, Long Beach. Hey, we got Ventura behind us, but now we come into Long Beach. I'm going to break away from, last week and even this week because I want to talk about a young man who I know pretty doggone well, Shane Jones. Called a lot of his football games. 2 years ago, as a junior, I was calling the basketball game against Liberty inside the Bakersfield High School Thunderdome. I called the call when he goes up for the slam dunk, and it was one of those pivotal moments of that basketball game. He goes out, and I sang Shane Jones with a slam dunk. Came down in front of my daughters and all her friends. major injury. None of us ever dreamed that night that he would never play a high school down of football again, ever. And here he is for the Renegades. Great article, great piece you put together on him today. I loved reading it. Some great stuff in there, John. What was your takeaway that maybe wasn't in print, just from your non-verbal stuff that was going on with Shane in your interview?
Well, the big thing with Shane that ACL injuries happen. They happen all the time. So you and I have probably seen and talked to dozens, hundreds of people that have ended up tearing their ACLs, missing a season at whatever point it be in their career. But with Shane, when he came back, well, first of all, when he tore it, and once he found out he tore it, right away his thoughts went to football. And even though it was in the winter, it was still basketball season, he knew he wasn't going to play his senior year. He wasn't going to play football at BHS his senior year. So that was kind of crushing for him. But then once he did get back out there, once he got through the rehab, a lot of people end up struggling with, okay, can I test it? Can I make this cut? And Shane was like, no, wasn't an issue. I wasn't worried about it. He's like, if I get hit in the knee, I get hit in the knee. I don't care. It's football. I'm just going to cut. I'm going to run. I'm going to, I didn't do all that rehab just to be scared to come back. So, he even, he said as soon as his first day back on the field, I asked him, did you feel rusty? I asked the players, did Shane look rusty? No. Nope. He was just as athletic, if not more stronger than before, because he had gone through the whole rehab process and he had gotten that extra motivation. And, I think he's probably the most athletic player on the field for BC.
Speaking with John Medes from the Bakersfield, California, you're enjoying the Bakersfield, California pregame show. We're on the road at Long Beach Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Renegades need a big win tonight, and it's going to be in a stadium that does not have that home field advantage tonight. I see more red than I do. Well, there's a lot of red from both schools, so I shouldn't say that just yet. But really, at times we come down here, and there's been 300-400 people here. It's a beautiful view. You can see the pyramid from here, the Anaheim Sports Convention Center. You've got the Pacific Ocean just behind us to the left. You have Pacific Palisades over there. We're looking at the San Gabriel Mountains over here. What a view.
You really know your geography.
Well, you better down here. But, John, this is a Long Beach is a powerhouse community college here in Southern California. I was speaking today with someone about, just how wide this talent pool is. It's a deep talent pool, but it's a wide talent pool. So the Renegades always, every time we come down here, it's a very, very tough effort for us to get a win. It might happen tonight. More on Shane Jones. You would have thought, and we can continually hope to think, that this is a season where our running game is going to start to produce some bigger numbers.
They should, and I don't necessarily think that's the fault of Elijah Ortiz or any of the running backs that have been there. You can't exactly gain yards when you're dodging a few people in the backfield, and it's to the point where your offensive line is the guys aren't going to change. You hope that they're going to clean things up technically throughout the course of the season, but as coaches, you got to find a way to work with what you have and not just be satisfied with 2 runs for 3 yards on first and second down and then an incomplete pass on third down, because that's just not going to win you football games. You can't rely. The BC defense is very opportunistic. They do force turnovers, but you can't rely on that every single game. And then the biggest thing for the offense is once you get in the red zone, and that's where BC needs to utilize the run game the most, because we've seen the quarterbacks kind of turn the ball over when the defense compresses down. You don't have that much space over the top, so you got to be able to run. It's helmets got to hit helmets. You got to be able to push the pile. You got to be able to push the line of scrimmage and run the ball well there. And it just hasn't really happened that much this year.
How's Coach Chudy?
Coach Chudy's good. He's I asked him how he was feeling about the team at this point in the season, and he was just like, well, I think as well as I know, we're just not firing on all cylinders. The execution needs to be better. We've got to have all 11 guys on the same page at all times, and he said that's on him, that's on the coaching staff, that's on the players too, but it's not like we've seen the best possible game out of BC yet, even though we've seen blowout wins. I don't think they've been fantastic in all aspects of the game in any game this year. We've seen the blowouts where their defense gets 6 turnovers, or we see the blowout where they run the ball for 300 yards, but they only passed it for 16 yards in that game. So maybe it'll happen. as we get later and later into the season, you'd think there's more importance on it happening, but we'll see.
The red carpet has been brought out tonight. I don't know if it's
Homecoming.
It is homecoming.
Yep.
Oh, it's homecoming for Long Beach City College. So the Vikings have brought out the red carpet. We're used to that being the red carpet halftime show. Brandon Urie, the Fury, our SID, will be the halftime guest tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of things. One thing we're going to touch on, I want to talk to you about. If I were to give you the numbers 12 straight wins, John Metis, what would you bring up to me with 12 straight wins if we were to play a Bakersfield College Athletics Fall Sports Jeopardy game? Right now, this team has 12 straight wins.
The volleyball team.
You have to form it in the form of a question, John. I thought you would know Jeopardy.
Oh,
I thought you would know.
You confused me a little bit because I thought you were sticking with football, and I was like, are you trying to get me to talk about the 1988 team that went 11-0?
Oh, so touche, John Metis. Bakersfield College volleyball. Wow.
They've got talent, and there's going to be some big games at home coming up as we get into the latter part of the season. But, you know, they've got a lot of local kids. They've got kids that head coach Carl Ferreira has either known before or coached club with. That, you know, makes a ton of difference. At the junior college level, you're always turning over your roster basically 50% every year. But Coach Ferreira seems, I mean, he might be he's one of the best coaches in Bakersfield, in Kern County, regardless of sport and regardless of level. You know, obviously he's got the credentials, he's got the experience at all levels, and it shows when he's able to get the most out of whatever players he gets in his program.
They are dominating this year. Diana, Christian, and myself, and Tom Myers will be covering the November 7th home game for the Bakersfield College volleyball squad, and that's going to be another one of the big ones coming up. So before I let you go, a couple more questions, John. One of the pressing questions, one of the urgent questions I thought I'd be asking you tonight, will you be having your back cracked by Coop tonight?
I don't think so. I'm feeling pretty good today. So, yeah, last night I was at Liberty, and because our deadlines got moved up, I didn't have to do any, like, weird hunched over, writing down my box score.
So you're good.
And typing, yeah, and there was a chair there, so and my back's not really stiff after that long drive. So I think I'll be good. Coop and I don't need to do any yoga or anything like that.
Next question out. Since you are a new transplant to the, not new anymore, but you're starting to become a seasoned transplant to Southern California area, who wins, Dodgers, Brewers?
Oh, That's a tough one.
You don't love us that much down here yet.
Well,
to give us a big hum.
You know, I feel like you get upset with me if I say Brewers, but Corbin Burns is on the team, so who knows?
Yeah, he looked good the other night.
Yeah, he did. I don't know. I have no idea. Somebody's going to win, I'll tell you that much.
Well, now I know why that California hired you, because someone's going to win tonight. 6 o'clock is first pitch tonight. That's going to be a great game as well. Excellent there. Any college football thoughts? Division I, major Division I college thoughts on your mind right now? Anything that stands out to you as other than Alabama being a professional team? Anything else stand out to you?
Well, actually, one thing I was looking at this morning. So Rutgers has had its issues this year, and it was the opening kickoff of the game. Kid calls fair catch at the 1 yard line, which new NCAA rule now, and also applies to junior college here, that if you call a fair catch inside the 10. Inside the 20, they move it out to the 25. It's a touchback. You don't have to be in the end zone. So he called fair catch, but he muffed it. He dropped it and picked it up at the 1 yard line. So in which case,
that's a fumble recovery.
Well, you don't move it out to the 25.
Right.
They guys started at the 1, and so people, I saw even Sports Illustrated posted a story like, oh, big error. Rutgers kid calls fair catch at the 1 yard line. It's like, well, they didn't understand the rule. The issue wasn't calling the fair catch. It was that he dropped it. And then they had to start from the 1 yard line. But so yeah, I just wanted to bring up that new rule. I don't think we've probably seen it maybe 1 or 2 times.
Well,
this
Cam
year.
did it last week. Cam caught it at the 5 or something,
Yeah.
and they moved it up. So, well, John, I'm gonna let you get settled in this horrible, horrible work atmosphere. Can you believe this? This is pretty nice, everybody. I'm being sarcastic. We are high atop Veteran Memorial Stadium in Long Beach, and we have a vista from the southern tip of Long Beach all the way up to the mountains overlooking Pasadena. You can see the Pacific out to the west. This is a beautiful, beautiful night. John, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. And Last thing, if you're Coach Chudy in that locker room, what are you telling your Renegades?
I'm telling them it doesn't matter who's in the game, who's at quarterback, who's at running back. We just all have to do our jobs, and that's really what it comes down to. It comes down to execution.
It's going to be fun tonight. The Renegades here right in front of us, right below us. This is another stadium where all the fans sit on one side. Just like last week, the home team was on the opposing side. We'll have our Renegades right in front of us. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Vance.
it. The medicine man, John Metis from the Bakersfield Californian. Hope you're enjoying all of this. When we come back, finally, I get to hook up with my partner, Kenny Calvin, back right after this.
For years, Current Schools Federal Credit Union has been the local choice to meet your financial needs. And just because we're local, you can still take us wherever your travels or life may be. That's right. From online and digital banking to mobile check deposit, Current Schools is always a tap away. And did you know banking at Current Schools gives you access to over 30,000 ATMs nationwide? More than any big national bank can offer. Download the Co-op ATM Locator app to find an ATM near you. See, we're local, but we're local everywhere. Current Schools. Together, we have something
Renegade
special.
fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Validtix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
While your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
Think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing
Current
matters.
Schools Federal Credit Union has been the local choice to meet your financial needs. And just because we're local, you can still take us wherever your travels or life may be. From online and digital banking to mobile check deposit, Current Schools is always a tap away. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College Athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gates!
Current Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Current Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Current Schools. Together, we have something special. Current Schools Federal Credit Union has been the local choice to meet your financial needs. And just because we're local, you can still take us wherever your travels or life may be. That's right. From online and digital banking to mobile check deposit, Current Schools is always a tap away. And did you know banking at Current Schools gives you access to over 30,000 ATMs nationwide? More than any big national bank can offer. Download the Co-op ATM Locator app to find an ATM near you. See, we're local, but we're local everywhere. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College Athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gates!
Let's see it. Welcome back, everybody. We're having some fun with some Long Beach Pirates, some Vikings here talking about hustling up these stairs. We're a long ways up here. That's why we say it. This is almost not as high as the Dameron deck, but we're awfully, awfully close. We're up high here at Veterans Memorial Stadium at Long Beach City College. And we have mentioned it before. One of our, I would say it's my third favorite view in all of the football games we do. Dameron deck number 1, Ventura number 2, and this is a beauty. We get to see these beautiful airliners coming in to Long Beach Airport. Vance Palm here with Kenny Calvin. Our director producer Diane is here. Christian's on camera. And Coop is here with friends, and BC will kick off tonight. The ball is up. It's in the air. It's taken by the Vikings at the 7-yard line. We're underway here on the road. Bakersfield College Renegade football. The ball's down about the 24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Welcome all of our radio listeners in on News Talk 1180 KERN. Pleasure to have you with us. Thank you, John Metis, for the Bakersfield, California pregame show. Always enjoy hearing the Medicine Man give us his take. Kenny, first of all, here we are, and dare we say a must-win situation here?
I feel like we've been in a must-win situation since week 3. But more than anything, classic battles versus Long Beach. My first championship came versus these guys, so let's see what we got.
They put the ball up, first play, it's dropped. It's a gun. They throw it right over here to the near side, but it is dropped. The quarterback is Drake Peabody. He is a freshman out of Torrance, California, went to West Torrance High School.
Very balanced team, averaging 200 on the ground, 200 in the air. Usually going to see 4 wide from Long Beach, but they do a great job running a balanced offense.
He's in the shotgun. The ball's on the 23, 2nd and 10. Second play of the football game. This time he keeps it himself, fakes the handoff, goes up to about the 26-yard line. Nice tackle out there by Jalen Simpkins, one of the Renegades, to make his mark early in this season and continue to do it every single Saturday. Bring up about 3rd and 7. Great spot for the Renegade defense to be in right away.
Interesting call. Shotgun nuke formation, and they used the back offset right to be the lead blocker.
Yeah, all it did was create more traffic. 3rd and 6. Peabody from the shotgun looks left. Then he looks across the middle, has a man almost picked off, nearly intercepted out there, and it was almost hauled in by Justin Harrington. But how about this? Nice stop for the Renegade defense. And we've got Cam Roberson jogging out to about the 40-yard line to get his first punt return of the afternoon. 3 and out. Great job by the Renegades D.
And Cam coming off his most productive game from an offensive standpoint. He's always a threat catching punts. Hopefully we'll get a good one.
So he stands at his 40. Renegades in their all-white road gear from top to bottom, all white. They blocked it. They tipped it. But it still gets away, bounces at the 50, and above all, it takes an unbelievable end-over inbounds after it was nicked, and I think Harrington got his fingertips on it, and it still traveled down to the 32-yard line. So that was a very fortuitous situation for the Vikings. Could have been blocked and sent backwards. Instead, it ends up going end over end, point over point, and actually goes behind where Cam was standing.
Whew. Yeah, I like how we came after that. Went double A gap for that block attempt. Renegades coming out in the pistol trips bunch formation.
Jacob Irby stands at the 27 in the shotgun. The ball's at the 32. They start off on the ground. Elijah Ortiz tries to cut back, and he gets swallowed up by the big fella. And when I say the big fella, I think it's number 90. Don't have him in my program, but number 90 is a big dude.
Yeah, and we pulled the left guard and left tackle. Great penetration by the defensive line, which Long Beach always has a great defensive line.
Right, sorry to his family, he's not in the roster, but he made a big play, 2-yard loss. Irby now with the ball at the 30, stands at the shotgun. He wants to throw. He rolls to his right. Wants to launch one, has his man open. I mean, his man is wide open. Somebody blew a coverage, and that's a touchdown. Boom!
Let's eat. Toast and jam.
James Holland on a 70-yard bomb. Touchdown, Renegades. Irby went to throw it, and I think he thought, do I not see a defender? What's happening? Is the shadows, is the sunlight in my eyes? Because there's nobody on James Holland from Lancaster. 70-yard touchdown, second play from the line of scrimmage. Renegades up.
Great job with the play action. We faked that ISO. Irby rolls right. Not sure what happened and how that receiver got so loose. Hopefully we can get a replay.
Here's the PAT, the hold. It's up, it's through, and in less than 2 minutes and in 2 plays from the line of scrimmage, the Renegades up 7-0. Oh, goodness. And, Kenny, what that has to do for Jacob Irby's confidence is immeasurable.
You know, we've said it, and I said it in the pregame. he's been on a roller coaster ride
Yeah.
since he got off the plane.
Right.
Mid-season. Has a terrible opening game, comes back, hits a guy for 50 points, and then has a worse game the next week. So, great start for Irby.
You're right. The roller coaster could get worse if this thing drags out 2 or 3 quarters and there's some, a non-productive Saturday evening. But instead, second play with the wonderful gift of not having anybody on Holland the entire length of the field, he drops a hey, here's one thing I have to tell you. He still could have maybe not delivered the best pass, but instead it was a perfect
pass.
60-yard spiral.
Only thing I think that could have happened is that he rolled so long that the defender thought he crossed the line.
Or we might have had an illegal man downfield taken at the goal line. Can the Vikings answer, or can the Renegades have great kick coverage? It's the latter. Nice job, Renegades, and I wasn't kidding. We have a nice group of Renegade faithful that traveled down here for this game this evening, 5 o'clock tip-off. Probably got a little beach time in before, maybe a little dinner tonight on the sand. Wow, I'm still kind of recuperating from a 70-yard touchdown pass on the second play from the line of scrimmage. Go Gades.
But you hit the nail on the head about Irby having the opportunity to have some confidence early. He needs all the love he can get. Renegades in a 40-even front versus a shotgun nuke set.
Peabody, again, the QB. They keep it on the ground this time. Not a bad seam, and it could be a nice run play, and it is a nice run play. Look out, Mason Bowen. And Bowen drug out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Yep.
And they do throw the flag.
Terrible decision.
Came out a little late, but I think it's only because the same referee was trying to make sure he had the right spot. He finally got around to his flag, and was that Stephen Marks? Or was that
Stevens?
Sean Stevens with the horse collar yank out of bounds, and here come the Vikings with a 50-yard run and then a 15-yard penalty at the end of it. And just like that, the Vikings, 1st and 10 from the Renegades 20.
Well, I'll say this. The offensive coordinator for Long Beach has done his homework, because the one run that's broken our back all season is that lead right, but they break it back to the weak side. There's just nobody there, and he outran everybody.
Bowen hit the gas pedal when he saw some light, and took everything with the Renegades to get him down. 1st and 10 at the Renegade 20. Peabody throws, and it's in trouble. Oh man, should have been picked off. And the only excuse I'll help my man with down there is they've got those pockets of windows with the sunlight that comes through, almost like a baseball stadium. But that's about the only excuse I can come up with. That should have been picked.
And I'll say this. Abdil Richards is another guy that needs some confidence early, because I talk about it every week. He's the marked man on defense.
And that would have been a great pick. No huddle, quick call here. Bowen, oh, look at this young man. Fumble, ball's on the ground. That'll be the Renegades. Abdil Richards picks it up. There you go, Kenny. And Abdil Richards picks up the fumble and gets to the 14-yard line. So how about that? Bowen with some fantastic running. Took a big hit out there. And
just like we said, Abdil Richards, get your hand on the ball early, lift that confidence as he scoops, but couldn't score. 1st and 10 Renegades heading south.
And let's give credit where credit is due. JT James Thomas with a big hit, and that ball popped out. And we were lamenting about our man AR, and he scoops it up. And, the Vikings were rolling towards that end zone, and that's a big turnover. So now Jacob Irby will come out. Ball's at the 14-yard line. Irby stands at the 9. Takes the snap. He wants to throw. He's feeling it. He flicks one out here. Look out. And that was almost picked off. That was a funkified screen right there that did not work. And that could have been trouble.
And that's that roller coaster we talked about with Irby, because you come off a drive where you made a great 60-yard throw in the air, and then you almost throw a pick right back on 1st and 10. Throw that ball to the 5th row, young man.
Oh.
Shotgun, pistol set, doubles for the Renegades.
2nd and 10. Ball's at their Renegade 14-yard line. In motion. Handoff to the right side. Still working it. No whistle. How about this? How about this? The officials just letting them go.
Yeah, great job pushing the pile by that offensive line.
So I just kept waiting for the whistle,
I guarantee you one thing that was happening under that pile was Elisha Ortiz was continuing to pump those legs. Very strong between tackles.
We know that about Elijah, Stockdale Mustang.
3rd and about 3, Vance.
Irby has Ortiz on his right hip. Cam in motion. Irby has a nice pocket, fires out to Roberson, but can Roberson get past the marker? No, he cannot. That's a really nice play out there defensively. A strong move out there by Amir Wilson, and he keeps the Renegades from getting a first down.
Amazing one-on-one tackle by Wilson.
Didn't like the route.
Didn't like the route, and I also didn't like Irby staring down where he wanted to go. That can get dangerous on those short out routes. But nonetheless, best punter in the game of football, Carson Olivas, on punting from the 23-yard line. Let's see how far this goes.
You're the best. You went from the best punter in Bakersfield to the nation to now in the world. Let's see.
The world, Craig.
And he does it again. Somehow, some way, the ball started at the 22 and it ends up at the 23. Attaboy. Carson Olivas doing what he does. #1 ranked community college punter in the country. And I think now it's more of where is he going to go, who's going to sign him. Have you heard any reverberations of what he's thinking?
Well, you know, I like to leave that up to them. Sometimes they like to have a little fun. Carson's a social media guy. He's one of the most active people, so I'm going to let him bring that out himself.
Oh.
That's a 60-yard punt, though, man.
You didn't leave that out.
Man.
That's coming from my man Ken Calvin, a Bakersfield College Renegade immortal, undefeated his entire 2 years, Bakersfield College.
22-2, Vance. I can't let you get away with that.
I
Two
tried.
championships, though.
I try to slide that in. But you always remind me of those 2 losses. But he did have 2 championships. Did you lose a game as a driller?
I lost 2 games in 4 years as a driller, man. I lost 4 games
in 6 years.
4 games in 6 years.
Oh, big contact at the line of scrimmage. It was head-on, mano-a-mano, and
Mario Solario.
The big running back there was Talon Patton out of Long Beach, St. Anthony High School, but he went head-to-head with Mario.
You know what? My son had his going-away party last night. We had the Long Beach legend and rapper, Badass, with 2 Z's at the party.
Well, that was one. Hey, what do we have right here? What do we got going here?
Oh, we got extracurriculars going.
And
that looked like it's going to be a personal foul on Paolo.
Well, here's what I'll say. I really don't think that any of those 3 players heard the whistle. And so it started to get vociferous and a bit energetic there for a moment. But I'm not convinced that any of them heard the whistle blow.
Yeah, and that was about 25 yards past the line of scrimmage, Vance.
And for the Renegades, it's going to be Roberto Enriquez. And on a 4th down,
.958 remaining to play in the first quarter. A lot of football left to be played.
So the official makes the call against the Vikings. And I think even the coaching staff for the Renegades was a bit worried that it was going to be on one of our Gades, but it's not. It's against the Vikings. And now Cam Roberson.
Great job by the Renegade defense. 2 straight 3-and-outs.
And they're going to come after this one. Again, they got the first one. Oh, almost got. Well, really bad punt. I don't think they got it, but it was a really bad punt. And let's see where the side judge puts it out, and he's going to make it the 29-yard line. So
wow.
1st and 10 inside the 30 of Viking country. And the Renegades now have a lot of options in the toolbox now, bud.
Yeah, 20-yard punt, but that's a great job by the special teams coach going after that punt for the 2nd straight time because they've seen something in recent weeks to adjust like that and come after them. And that's 2 terrible punts. The first one got lucky based on the bounce and roll. But 1st and 10, Renegades heading south. Trip bunts, pistol set.
Irby Hands to Ortiz. Ortiz makes one move, two moves, gets to the 26-yard line. 3-yard gain, bring up 2nd and 7, 9:40 to go here in this first quarter. We are at Veterans Memorial Stadium, Long Beach, California. And this is one of those Southern California evenings where we all say, hey, look, we're from California and you're not. Man, this is perfect.
Yeah, I tease my Arkansas teammates around this time of year. Trips left, pistol set.
Irby stands on the 30. The ball's at the 26. Shotgun, bootlegs, has a guy, flicks it to him, and he overthrows. And he had a couple of guys open, had Hartsfield open right below him. He's got options, and guys are open. But he's been a little bit more patient, I should say, with his passing today. Not coming out trying to fling it right away.
Yeah, and what you want out of him in those instances is to stop and set his feet to where he can deliver it to a more accurate point. But nonetheless, 3rd and 7 for Irby. Little check with me. Trips left against a 40 even front with a single high safety.
Ortiz on his right hip. Irby has time, goes to the corner with it. Ortiz is his target. Oh, just over the outstretched fingers, of Shane Jones. That was Shane Jones out there. So that's going to bring up 4th and 7. They really didn't move the ball that much.
And Coach Vince Van Horn is going to get into Shane Jones on this, and I'm going to tell you why. Instead of arm fighting with the defender, continue to run past him and run to a point.
Because Irby will get it there.
Yeah, so, he's running like he think it's going to be underthrown.
Right. How about this? Here's a 44-yarder for Nathan DeJager, the BCHS Eagle. It's up, and it's pure. 10-0 Renegades. We will take a break here on News Talk 1180 KERN and Bakersfield.com. Renegades starting off well here against Long Beach.
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Validtix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
It's hard to think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters. It's hard to think about.
10-0, Renegades up in this first quarter. 44-yard field goal by Nathan DeJager. And the Renegades kick off, ball taken again at the 7-yard line. And, oh, look at this by the Renegades.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, look out, look out. I'll tell you what, these whistles come pretty slowly by these officials. And if you're Kalen Simmons, you're thinking, man, they picked me up. They picked me up off the ground.
That could be dangerous
That's
because
time to call.
If we body slam them, they're going to give us the 15.
So what do? You pick them up, take them, and just let them go?
That's the thin line.
Pick them up, carry them about 3 yards, and then just drop them.
8:58 to play in the first quarter.
Kenny,
it's a ton of time.
I like our kick coverage right now.
How about the story on Antonio Garcia this week? We talked about how much of a hard worker he is.
Yeah.
Great story. Empty set for Long Beach. Pressure up the middle. Quarterback scrambles for about a 4-yard gain before he's pushed out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Peabody's pushed out of bounds by Solario.
Great to hear Mario Solario's name early. You know, he had to be going through some injuries mid-season because there was a couple of games where we just didn't see him out there. Hopefully he's healthy.
2nd and 5, balls on the 25. Vikings directionally are heading north, right to the mountain ridge. Hard count, nobody jumped. The wind coming directly from the west. Peabody hands it to Bowen. Bowen wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, and he's thrown back. What a great play out there by James Thomas. Again, JT having a big first quarter. Forced a fumble and then a big drop of 3 yards here. Puts him back at the original line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 10.
VP, we talked about guys that need confidence early. James Thomas is another one. one of our captains hasn't had that spectacular year with a bunch of sacks. But great job keeping contained on that play because he struggled with that.
Here's 3rd and 10. Peabody has protection, big pocket, a lot of time, steps back out of it, but now he's in trouble. Now he's zigzagging, running loops, comes back to the far side. He could actually pick up the yardage if he needs it. Ooh, it's going to be close. No, he got the first down by 1 yard. He covered about 60 yards, but ended up getting 11 vertically, and they pick up the first down.
Great job by the secondary and quarters coverage, staying deep as the deepest, and forcing him to try to extend the play, but there's just nowhere to go with the football. And our secondary has played at a high level pretty much all season, led by Harrington and Early.
1st and 10 on the 31. Peabody to Bowen, and he muscles his way for about 2 or 3 yards.
And they go with that RPO dive play with the read option.
Saw it last night at Shafter. Shafter hosted Kennedy in a match of undefeateds last night for high school football, and that RPO with Alex Aguilar as that Shafter quarterback. He hangs on to it just long enough, and next thing you know, he was diming up a lot of players out there. Handled that RPO perfectly. 2nd and 8, 6.5 to go in the first quarter.
Go read option again
and
to the
run
dive.
Right up the middle. This time it's Patton, and Patton brings it up to about 2 yards shy of the first down, the 39-yard line maybe, or 39-yard line. And that's going to be 3rd and 2. Quick snap. Oh, look at this. It's going to be a burst through the middle, and the Renegade defense was not ready. No huddle offense. They did it quickly, and that was Patton who sliced open that right side of the line and picked up 13. And that's going to be, ooh, man. First down Vikings. Here they come.
Talon Patton. Great job between the tackles. Shotgun pro set.
Peabody's feet are on the 50-yard line. Flag on the play. From the beginning, it looks like it's a free play. Oh, no, this is not Peabody. This is Jonathan Murphy, new quarterback in. He's a southpaw. So the lefty flushed out of the pocket, thought he was going to go down the far sideline with it.
And it looked like we got Alex Bowden lined up off sides, if I'm not mistaken.
Boy, so it'll be 1st and 5. Free play, got 5 yards out of it. Jonathan Murphy from Westchester High School out of L.A.
I want to say that may have been his first snap on the field. You know, it's terrible when guys that are twos, you get an opportunity to play and you make a mistake before the ball's even snapped. Get your head in the game, young man.
Oh, boy, will it be another one? It will. A hard count. Bowen makes the move, and either way, it's going to be a first down. They'll decline it because they picked up 7 instead of the 5 on the run. So either way, it'll be a 1st and 10. This time it'll be at the 32-yard line, and wow, Mason Bowen doing some fancy stuff down there. He's got guys missing completely.
Yeah, that's what we call getting wiggled in my neighborhood.
Ooh, man.
Just wiggled you. LJ Early.
That was wicked.
Shotgun spread pro.
1st and 10, ball from the 32-yard line of the Renegades. Murphy fires one, and it's dropped. Victor Bates is the man that people are oohing and awing right now because he happened to drop that one. That was in his hands.
Yeah, and Bates a playmaker. He got about 300 yards on the season.
He
but
can
I'm
do
going to tell
it.
you what happened. Sean Stevens undercut him, got into that eyesight or that sight of vision. 2nd and 10.
Again, it's still Murphy. Takes the snap. Wants to throw again. This time he drops back, fires another one. This one.
There you go. Oh, and Stevens drops the pick as he undercuts the route again.
So this time Sean Stevens all over it. Read it, saw it, and the ball. Man, what's up with the ball down there? We've got Richards dropping one. We just saw Bates drop one. Now we have Sean Stevens drop one.
Oh, you got to make plays, young man. Get your name in the paper. That's what we used to say.
Living under the assumption that there will be a plethora of opportunities, they've let these go. hopefully.
Trips open set.
3rd and 10, new life on this drive. It should have been done right there. Murphy from the shotgun, hard counts it, and boy, he's got a good cadence, a strong cadence. It's a really true play. No matter what happens, it's tossed up and it's broken up that time by Stevens, but they're going to get another run at it. It'll be 3rd and 5 after this. So I'll tell you what, Jonathan Murphy has a really strong cadence count. He's had 3 Renegades jump off in 3 plays.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't care how strong his cadence counts is. You do that on my defense, I'm calling a timeout, and I'm making everybody do 20 push-ups.
Right there
all
in the
11
game?
of you.
Right there in the game?
All 11 of you.
Get down, guys.
3rd and 5, crucial moments.
Murphy all alone, nobody with him back there. Drops back, stands in the middle of the hash marks, fires one, and it is caught. And it's a 1st down. He connects out there with Culpepper. So Tariq Culpepper out of Losinger High School in L.A.
Yeah, and nice job standing in the pocket and delivering.
Well, he's got some time back there, Ken. He's not exactly being flushed out of the pocket. And here we go, 1st and goal from the 7. The Vikings looking to get in. They are definitely in the neighborhood. Hard count, nobody jumped there. Solari almost did. And it's a run play, and they do get it to the 4-yard line. So
Murphy doing a great job managing the offense.
Sure
they're
is.
going with this up-tempo, no huddle, but it's not a hurry-up. And they're doing a great job with the snap count, getting this defense, which is still a long first quarter. It's 4:19 left to play. This front 4 is gassed already.
2nd and goal from the 5. Murphy, the freshman out of Westchester High School, navigating these Vikings down into the neighborhood. Will it be an option or will he keep it? Will he pitch it? No, he will just smash his way in. Touchdown, Vikings.
Murphy coming in as the number 2 quarterback, making plays, keeps the option.
We'll see how long that lasts, because that was an impressive drive and didn't have a very good pass that should have been picked off by Sean Stevens, but because it wasn't, hey, he just kept on rolling, had amnesia, which is what you need. And here's the PAT. Augustine Delgadillo up and through. So it's a 10-7 first quarter. The Renegades up 3. You're listening to News Talk 1180 KERN. You're watching this on Bakersfield.com. We'll be back right after this.
For years, Current Schools Federal Credit Union has been the local choice to meet your financial needs. And just because we're local, you can still take us wherever your travels or life may be. That's right, from online and digital banking to mobile check deposit, Current Schools is always a tap away. And did you know banking at Current Schools gives you access to over 30,000 ATMs nationwide, more than any big national bank can offer? Download the Co-op ATM Locator app to find an ATM near you. See, we're local, but we're local everywhere. Current Schools, together we have something special. For years, your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account. As you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way, from your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home. Current Schools, together we have something special. So while you're
Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Stadium. Renegades up 10-7 with 3:59 to play in the first quarter after Long Beach takes a methodical drive that almost ended in an interception by Sean Stevens, but turned into an option keeper by Murphy, making it 10-7. They go with the sky kick. This taken at the 29, would it be 1st and 10. I'd like to welcome everybody that's joining us at Bakersfield.com and Current News Talk 1180, 96.1 FM. Always a classic game and a classic battle, no matter what the scoreboard is early. So I'm not surprised to see Long Beach come and answer back, because they usually do.
I'm back, Kenny. I was talking with Coop and 2 of the Vikings gray shirt gentlemen. They're rapping with Coop. They're rapping with Coop, our spotter, who, by the way, tonight has brought a bodyguard with him. Nice strong run play. Start off on a 1st and 10. Isaiah Martin now going to carry some of the load. We've had a well-documented approach to letting everybody know about how strong our running game is. We're looking to see the benefits of that. We're looking to see the returns on that with Isaiah Martin and Shane Jones and
Injury timeout.
Elijah Ortiz, Cam Roberson, Adrian Rowell.
Adarian.
Oh, sorry, Adarian.
Yeah, we've been back and forth with that. It's not just you. I called him Adrian a few times.
That's it. I'm just going to go AD.
AD.
Hey, how about this? Just a short time out here. We'll stay here, give us a chance to kind of catch our breath. I'm Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin. Our director-producer, Diana's with us. Christian's on camera. Our spotter, Coop, is with us. His bodyguard has come along with him tonight. AC's with us. And the applause you hear is that the dinged-up Viking is up, and that is
Bunton.
Darren Bunton. He's up, 2nd and 5 for the Renegades. The ball's at the 34-yard line. And Ortiz and Isaiah Martin back there with Irby. Irby, tall drink of water, hands it off to Ortiz. Ortiz bounces off one tackle, gets up to the 35, so a lot of hard work for 1 yard, and more importantly, it brings up a 3rd and 5. The Renegades scored early on a super long bomb pass from Irby. And now we have into the ball game Zach Hartsfield from Centennial High School. Hartsfield, 6'4", 230-pound tight end. He comes in, has a quick chat with Elijah Ortiz. 2 receivers down here to the bottom of the field. It's all man-to-man coverage. Let's see, 3rd and 4. They try to do it again. Irby looking to go long, flushed out of the pocket. Irby, he's got a big gun. Can he pick up the first down? He does. Or does he? Oh, man. He might have stopped 1 foot.
Oh, I like this spot down here, though. It's right at the 41-yard line. On my right hand, I'm at the 31-yard line. Official is going to give us that.
That's a first down.
Great spot, but great job by Irby, not taking the easy route and running out of bounds and sacrificing himself. He's a tough kid.
I agree. Although there was a man down here that I think both you and I were energetically hoping he would toss it to.
I definitely agree with you on
But
that.
he held on to the rock, got the first down. Irby to Ortiz. Ortiz!
Oh, we got a hold.
And a flag on the play here. It looks like it's going to be a hold quickly, or I didn't. It was a really strange. They're just going to say holding. All right. I thought it was a false start for a second. The way Irby kind of just walked backwards and handed the ball off, it wasn't that real crisp movement to her handoff, but it was a holding. It'll come back. 2:14 remaining here in the first quarter.
Let's go back a couple plays and talk about Irby trying to earn that first down and us wanting him to hit that dump route. We saw him make mistakes where he's trying to hit that underneath out route in recent weeks, so maybe that's playing with him and why he put his shoshoulder down.
I like it. He had a tough first down run. Ortiz stretched out to the far side. He's in trouble, and he's going to get wrapped up for a 5-yard loss. That's going to make it 2nd and 25. 2nd and 25.
Well, I'll say this, Vince. One thing you don't want to do against a Long Beach defensive line is go east-west.
Yeah.
Because all of their big guys can run as well. You know, and Ortiz is usually a guy that likes to bend that back, stick that foot in the ground and get upfield. The last 2 runs, he hasn't had that opportunity. So 2nd and about 25 gives us a trips right set for Irby.
Everybody at the bottom of your screen, like Kenny just mentioned, Irby has some time, lets one fly down here to the near side. It's up high, and it is caught by Roberson, but he ran out of space. He caught it in the air, and when he came down, he was out of bounds. So, again, we see the strength of Irby's arm. If we can just combine that with the right route at the right time to the right person, he's going to do some damage.
Yeah, but it's just like you said, that formation wasn't conducive to running a fade because you got 3 receivers on the tight side of the field. Just not enough space to get that throw. Maybe flipping the trips and having him open so he can tighten that split.
Irby, bootleg keeper. to the left side, and he gets hit hard at the 37-yard line. Just bought a little bit more space for Carson Olivas. The punt team will come out. So the Renegades have a touchdown and a field goal, but they also have a couple of drives that have stalled, and now Carson will come on and punt. And you have to figure the Vikings coaching staff's done their homework on this top-shelf punter here in the country. He stands on his 20-yard line at the far hash, and the return man stands at the 25. So a lot of respect given to Carson. End over end. And he takes it at the 14, and nice punt coverage, no gain really after the catch. Nice job up there, really good work by Chance Cooper. Our man from Highland High School gets down there and does it. 28 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Long Beach has done a great job being balanced on offense. They've been run consistent and using that to go play action over the top, pulling those linebackers down as they go that RPO-style offense. Be interesting to see what they come with this drive. 1st and 10.
And they come back out with Jonathan Murphy. He's got one back behind him. Murphy the southpaw. They stay on the ground. Renegades not bending at all. Maybe a yard. Play to the right side.
Long Beach doing a fantastic job that last drive on the ground, getting to the second level and picking up those backers. However, Solorio able to make a play on that one.
That'll do it. 10-7, the end of the first quarter. The Renegades up 3. We are at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Long Beach. Hope you're enjoying Bakersfield College Renegade football on News Talk 1180 KERN 96.1 FM and Bakersfield.com. Back with the second quarter right after this.
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gates!
While your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special. Kern Schools, while your financial...
Welcome back. Bakersfield College football on Kern News Talk 1180 and Bakersfield.com. Long Beach starting the first quarter heading north with a 2nd and 9. Still trailing 3 points. Renegades in that 40. Even front consistently. Single high safety now dropping back to 2 deep.
Murphy takes the snap. Wants to look left, look long, throws it, overthrows the intended receiver, and took a big hit at the end of the play by our man Holden Williams. No flags anywhere, incomplete. He overthrew Jonathan Bonds. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Man, what a beautiful night. I just can't get over how gorgeous this is.
Perfect weather.
Wow.
Trips open shotgun set for Long Beach against the Renegades in that dime coverage.
3rd and 7. Murphy wants to throw, but he's flushed out of the pocket. Ton of real estate. He'll pick up the first down easily and gets to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from their 40. Boy, the Renegades just leave these huge swaths of land out there, and it's not difficult for Murphy to do what he has to do.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be time for Coach Bolton to start thinking about leaving a spy in there.
Yeah.
As we go quarters coverage, because we're covering him, but if we're going to allow the guy to run 13 yards, you may want to come out of that. Trips open. 1st and 10 for Long Beach.
Roberto Enriquez comes in for the Renegades. Toss out here to the near side underneath the coverage. It's complete, caught, and a couple of Renegades, frankly, just missed Kalen Simmons, and he picked up 4 more yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and right now is the time where Renegades, you got to bow up, start talking to each other.
My man Jalen Simpkins comes off for a moment. 2nd and 2. Nice drive starting to develop here for the Vikings. It's a run play, and oh goodness, is it a run play. Right up the right side of the offensive line, and that is Tashawn White out of Inglewood.
Well, I was going to say something, VP, but I couldn't get it out of my mouth fast enough. You never want to see Jalen Simpkins coming off the field, because if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going right where he left.
And he's off, helmet's off now, so Simpkins has the helmet off, and they come right back again with the same running back and pretty much the same play. That is Tashawn White, and the freshman, 5'11", 200-pounder out of Inglewood.
He runs hard. He's averaging about 6 yards a carry on this drive. 2nd and 3.
So no word on Simpkins, obviously. We're way up top here, but his helmet is off, and he is out for 3 plays in a row now. Murphy looks over to the sidelines. 12:50 to go here in the half. The Renegades lead 10-7 here. Beautiful night in Long Beach. They go right back to him again. This time the Renegades have some type of closure on him, but you never know with the way that Tayshawn runs. Who administers the punishment, he or the defender? First down, Vikings.
Yes, Stephen Marks almost got straight arm to the sideline. Did a good job keeping him up until his buddies could come. That's a 1st and 10. And Long Beach playing with some good momentum right now through the run game.
That's the last team that scored. Renegades were up 7-0. Then it was 10-0, now 10-7, and the way the Vikings are pressing towards the end zone. For those of you listening in on News Talk 1180, the Vikings are red, white, and black, dominant black pants and light tops. Look like my Arvin Bears. Renegades all white tonight from head to toe.
Pistol formation, and they go that blast play once again.
White this time, though, hit hard and wrapped up by Ruben Cruz, the Ridgeview Wolfpack. Big hit in there by Ruben. Maybe a yard.
Perfect timing.
3rd and 5, KC.
Yeah, I was just saying perfect timing for Cruz, who just came in relief for Simpkins. Got to find guys that want to step up and meet that big back in the hole.
Simpkins is back in as well. 3rd and 5. Big 3rd down here for both teams.
And here's one of those situations where you want to keep the eye on the quarterback and possibly provide a spy if they go past.
Now Patton's on the right hip and takes the handoff, and that little bit of a delay there. He had to get off from the eye side. The eye went into the right hip, and he didn't do it quick enough. He had barely put his hand down on the grass to be set, and the ball was snapped, and he had to kind of get up quickly and get that ball, and it didn't work. So
great job.
4th and 3, and Coach Peabody not taking any chances here, and he'll go for a 27-yard field goal by Agustin Delgadillo. Delgadillo up and through. It's a beauty. 10-10. We'll stay here with 10 to go here in this first half. Kenny, last week, Ventura, we were on the road, and it was when I was talking to John Mettis after you had talked to him, I said just kind of one of those aggravating losses. One of those, we had our opportunities and we just didn't capitalize on some good spots that we had. And then there were some of those big chunks of yards. It would be like 3rd and 18, and Ventura would pick up 19.
With the quarterback on the ground. And look what's hurting us today, allowing the quarterback to extend plays and make plays with his feet. One of the things that stood out to me after I looked at stats last week was we gave up 100 yards rushing to a quarterback as well as a running back. So, Ventura was a great weekend. Had Top Chef Junior Carson Peterson on. His show was on today on Universal Kids. But I want to correct you on something. You said this is a beautiful view. I'm going to have to give this one number 4 because I go Dameron Deck, Ventura College, Santa Barbara College, and then this view. Got that beach in Santa Barbara, man. It's beautiful.
That is a great view. That is a great view. And actually, there's just a lot of great views. But this is a big one here. Here's about a 9-iron put up in the soft land of the 20-yard line. Takes a big bounce, and, ooh, boy, we were able to grab it and get it, and that was Monty Robinson. But that ball bounced at the 22 and went straight up. Wow.
Yeah, and that's where you want to have a discussion with your up backs and let them know. You see that hanging up there like that, you just might want to take 2 steps back and try to fair catch that. Got to be communication between the deep return guy and that up back. That was dangerous.
So now we have a 1st and 10. Ball's at the 25-yard line. It's on the far hash, away from us, up along the side of the Vikings sideline. Now the Renegades heading due north directionally. Irby hands the ball off to Ortiz. Ortiz looking for some room. Whoa, what a nice run by Elijah Ortiz. Had enough of a seam up there to pick up a 9-yard gain. That was a beautiful run. They may even move him. They'd give him 10. First down to the 35. And that's just Elijah Ortiz at his very best. A little bit of daylight. One good move throws off the defenders, and you can just bank on 6 or 7 yards then.
Yeah, it's like one of the coaches had a talk with him and told him, hey, the last few drives you've been going out of bounds. Stick that foot in the ground and get upfield, and he did that.
Ortiz, Marcus Allen spins it, turns the other way, and gets about a yard. But, man, that was beautiful. He just spun and turned and went the other way.
Gave him a little slap before he
did,
too. That was nice.
Ortiz, Shane Jones out there, Adarian Rowell, Cam Roberson. That's some speed. That is some speed, all from Kern County. Rowell, a Stockdale Mustang.
All weapons, too.
Ortiz, a Mustang. Jones, a Driller. Roberson, a Garces Ram.
Nice.
Irby finds Cam Roberson underneath everything. He actually had Shane Jones wide open, too. He had 2 receivers wide open underneath coverage, and he found one of them, Cam Roberson. Another nice look by Jacob Irby. They move the sticks, 1st and 10.
And that's what we call just a basic stick route for that slot guy, because you're just going to run to a spot in the zone and sit there. Great job by Irby. Finding them. 1st and 10. Renegades.
8:40 to go here in the first half. 10-10. Roberson. Irby takes a look. He's in trouble, goes down. And a flag way out here in the secondary.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting.
Because if he's making a holding call on the line and he's back here almost at the 20-yard line, he's 45 yards away making that call, and there's 3 or 4 other refs standing right there. Boy. What will this be?
I think they got Hartsfield.
No, that's against the Vikings.
Yeah, but the matchup with Hartsfield and that slot guy, the slot guy held Hartsfield.
Oh, you're right. So it was on the DB. It was on Justin Allman. And Allman holding Hartsfield, so.
Good looking out, Allman.
Man, Renegades will take that any day.
Got to get some positive yardage on these first downs. And here we go with Ortiz as he takes the 27 power, 8 yards.
Man, he ran that right down here below us and took 3 Vikings on.
Yeah, but that was what I was alluding to. To help Irby, we have to do a better job on first down, dialing up plays that put him in the position to make smart decisions on 3rd and short, not 3rd and 15, 3rd and 25.
I concur. 7:45 remains in this first half. The Renegades moving along nicely now. 2nd and 2. Irby in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Ortiz. Ortiz, can he get 2? No, he doesn't. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 2 again.
Yeah, they go back to the same play, that 27 power, where they try to pull the right guard, create some space. Great job by that defensive line of Long Beach. 3rd and short.
Third and 2, Irby pulls up, takes a look over to the sidelines. Jones, Ortiz, Rowell, Roberson, Hartsfield are his options. They stay on the ground. And Ortiz muscles his way right through the middle of the offensive line to pick up a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Vikings 32-yard line. So the workhorse right now, Elijah Ortiz, carry after carry after carry, making it happen.
Yeah, great job by the Renegade offense answering that scoring drive, which led to a field goal by the Vikings, but doing a good job moving the ball in the running game.
Ortiz again carries it. Nothing doing there, maybe a yard. So they have gone to EO 5 straight plays.
And we got Cam coming back in. Usually after Cam gets a break, we got something dialed up for him. So let's see what Coach Dean does as he goes to the top.
Offensive line doing a great job for the Renegades. 2nd and 9.
And this looks like we may have some man coverage up top too. Let's watch this top matchup.
All right. Irby fakes the option pitch and falls forward for maybe a yard. Huh.
Yeah, interesting call, but just like we said, we want to create manageable third down opportunities for Irby.
Well, this one's going to be a 3rd and 9 at the Vikings 30-yard line. That's kind of where Kenny and I are standing, about the 30. The ball's right below us, but we're way up high.
Yeah, and I still like that matchup because if you notice, look how tight this safety is playing to this bottom hash. That gives the benefit of the matchup to Roberson up top, but Irby doesn't look that way.
Quickly over to Chance Cooper. Quick wrap-up and a gain of 4, but well short of the first down. So there was only one option he was looking at that time, and that was Chance Cooper.
Yep, and now I think we're going to go ahead and go for this short 4th and 4.
It better be only 4th and 2. Man, they gave him a tough spot. 4th. Yeah. Did they split the difference and make it 3? Okay, 4th and 3, I guess.
Yeah, that was a tough spot because I thought he caught it at the 18 at least, the 17.
Man, oh man. So.
Or no, I'm thinking the 23.
So 4:35 and counting, and there's 4 on the play clock. So obviously a timeout. They're going to take a timeout and talk about it. We'll take one too. 4:28 left in the half. We're tied at 10. 4th and 3. Renegades coming back right after this.
Kern Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you. So what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special. Kern Schools.
Think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
4:28 remains in the half. The Renegades are tied with the Vikings of Long Beach College. Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin here. A spectacular Southern California evening with a vista that is 60 miles any way you look. Irby takes the snap on a 4th and 3, rolls to his right, had Shane Jones for a second. Irby throws it up, lobs it up, and it's a bad pass, and it, whoa, wait a second.
That's a safety.
Should be a safety.
Oh, he came out of the end zone.
Intercepted by the Vikings.
Oh, that was
and that was Cross Poyer who intercepted it, stepped into the 1-yard line area, and then pulled down back into the end zone.
I think the only thing that could be the logic on that play is the fact that the ball may not have came out. He stepped out.
Came out of what?
Out of the end zone.
Oh, he was out, my man.
Yeah, he definitely stepped out.
If anything, put him at the 1-yard line. Coaching staff can't believe it either. It's got to be at least at the 1-yard line or safety. But the 20? Wow, that was
home cooking right there.
That was weird and a really bad pass by Irby. Irby was in trouble, and he just lofted it up there. It lost all of its gas, and
he did make a good decision to throw the football because it was 4th down, and you don't want to get sacked at the 30. Nonetheless, He had him early.
He had Shane Jones open. Well, now that thwarts that drive. We're still tied. And here come the Vikings. Some nice strong running there by Bowen. We saw Bowen quite a bit in the first quarter, and now he's back into action here in the second quarter. 3:43 and counting.
It's just like we talked about with these Long Beach games. We were up 10-0. It looked like it was just going to be a breeze. And all of a sudden, we give up 10 straight points and turnovers back-to-back by both offenses. So it's going to be an interesting finish as usual at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Picked up 5 on that, 2nd and 5. It's Murphy and Bowen in the backfield. He wants to throw, does throw.
Oh, that's picked off!
Intercepted. It's going to be the Renegades. And it's Jalen Simpkins. How's that for a play? It goes through the hands of the intended receiver, and it looks like it may be a late flag on top of all that. The ball went through the hands of a Viking receiver. It bounced off a Renegade's helmet.
Oh, my goodness.
Popped straight up in the air, and my man Jalen Simpkins there to haul it in.
Great awareness by Jalen to catch that off the ricochet.
And what's crazy is that the helmet it popped off of was a Renegade coming in for the hit.
Ooh.
He was coming in for the pop,
Wow.
so his head was straight down. He never even saw the ball. It went off the top of his helmet.
Well, I'll tell you this. About 20 years ago, they filmed a movie called Ricochet right around the corner with my man Denzel Washington. But that was amazing. Ricochet right there. Jalen Simpkins finds the ball. I think that's his 3rd interception of the year.
Well, that was a hard thrown ball by Murphy. He zipped that thing through there. And here come the Renegades. They're back with the football with 3:09 to go. And this time they give it to Ortiz, trying to work some magic between the hash marks. Goes down at the 43, so a gain of 4.
I'm still blown away by that play.
Irby trying to rush things up here. 2:57 and counting.
And just like we said, back and forth, Vance, I couldn't even get turnover out of my mouth before they turned it back over to us.
Oh, the Renegades would love to get on the board here.
2nd and 7. We go power to Ortiz again.
Ortiz, strong run to the right side, gets up to about the 33-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2 right around there, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. So we have a festive first half of football. Some long pass plays, some great running plays.
Like we said, it's always interesting, always entertaining, always a few punches thrown. Hopefully we don't see that a little later because this game is tight.
You know, you're right. Ball's on the right hash, strong hash.
That's going to be a 1st down on the blast play.
Oh, I don't know, Kenny.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, look a little short.
Yeah, he's giving it 4th and inches here. 4th and inches, so does Coach Judy grab 3?
I say we got to go ahead and try to punch this in. That's a 57-yard field goal. Well, 47-yard field goal from there.
Yeah. We haven't seen any kind of hard counts. There was 1. Nobody jumped, so 13 on the play clock.
I'm right on the ball, too, so. Look like we got a helmet over that line.
Can Ortiz get through? He does. 1st down, Renegades. He picks up the 1st down, the 30-yard line. They get it to him. So now 1:19, the clock stops. They'll move those chains. We're tied at 10. Nice half of football here.
And VP, I think this is a chance where you talk to Irby in between plays and remind him how important it is to not turn the football over. Because last week we were down 10-3 going in, having an opportunity to at least go 10-6 if we don't get the touchdown. He throws the interception in the red zone.
You're so right. Absolutely right. Irby has his man, floats it out there, but some communication issues there with where the route was to be finished. LeBravon Austin was kind of turning and looking both ways over left shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder.
Oh, roughing the passer. Roughing
the passer.
I didn't even see the yellow.
Marvin Boyd, Hawkins High School, L.A., freshman, 6'4", 280.
VP, while we marching that off, I want to go back to the communication or the rhythm between quarterback and receiver. It's hard to have rhythm when you've had 4 different quarterbacks. And that's the challenge for LeBrevin Austin, who's not even a starter, to come in and run the right route. 1st and 10 Renegades.
Man, and the gift that just keeps on giving right now is this drive. And Roberson, quick toss out there. That fooled no one, nobody. And Amir Wilson all over it, and we're losing seconds here too. So the Renegades have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, take your time. You want Irby on the same page. With these tight splits, let's expect a deep corner route to the right.
Shane Jones on the far right side. Roberson here on the left side. Irby takes a look. Irby steps up. He's got some space. Can Irby get into the end zone? Oh, a flag on the play. Doggone it. The white hat threw it. I did not see a hold from where, but from where?
And he had that corner route, too, we were talking about, dialed up. You know, the Zebras like a little attention, too.
Man, oh, man. It just seemed like a peculiar place for a holding call to be made because Irby was out of the pocket and gone.
Yes,
and then the flag. Just a disjointed couple of drives here for the Renegades. Irby reticent to pull that trigger.
Yeah,
and now with 17 seconds, Kenny.
Yeah, and all season we've talked about red zone woes. And here, every time we even get close to getting into the red zone, we backing up.
And at Veterans Memorial Stadium, it's literally the red zone.
Absolutely.
For those of you listening on radio, the end zone is a super bright red.
They shot one of my favorite commercials over here with Drew Brees, too.
Timeout's going to be taken, Kenny, by the Renegades. And we're tied at 10, and we've had opportunities, and the Vikings have had more opportunities as well. And we're basically knotted at 10 apiece. And if you're a Renegade fan watching this, you've been able to see some of these frustrating moments here. But we're still in this deal, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're right where we want to be. We got the ball, 2 timeouts, second in about 20. But it gives us an opportunity to take the time to get on the same page with Irby, to remind him how important it is to make good decisions when we have the ball in this position. The one thing you don't want to do is turn the football over. You want to come away with some kind of opportunity of points, even if it's De Jagermeister.
The Red Carpet Halftime Show brought to you by Carpet Outlet Plus. Our guest today will be our Sports Information Director, Brandon the Fury Urie will be with us. A lot of topics to cover with Brandon. 2nd and 21, but more importantly, it's the 17 seconds. They give it to Ortiz. Ortiz stays between the hash marks, and they're going to have to call a timeout again. I believe they will. Or they're just going to let this thing get down to field goal land. And that's what I think they're going to do. They get down to 1 second, and they call the timeout.
And that's a smart decision because we just talked about not putting Irby in a bad spot. You don't want him twirling around and trying to throw another out route.
And going into the locker room bummed out, you know, because they didn't capitalize on it. So Dieger will come in and will kick
one untimed down.
A relative chip shot for him. And it'll be a 34-yarder. Moran, who had a nice touchdown pass last week at Ventura, the holder. And this will do it for the end of the half.
Jaeger leading the team in scoring.
The snap high, it's down, it's a chip shot, didn't go long, but it's good, and the Renegades will end the half with a field goal, 13-10. Bakersfield College up by 3, and it's been a festive first half. It's homecoming at Long Beach, so maybe somewhat of a stretched out halftime. Good, because it's the Red Carpet Halftime Show, and it'll give us an opportunity to catch up with our Sports Information Director, Brandon Urie, Hope that you're enjoying this on News Talk 1180 KERN, 96.1 FM, and Bakersfield.com. Back at halftime right after this.
It's hard to think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
From the growers and winemakers to the tasting room staff, sales teams, and business owners, wine is an iconic image of California. At Rabobank, we know that viticulture and enology are an important part of the Golden State's business climate. They're industries in which growing businesses require a financial partner who understands the unique challenges they face every day. As one of the world's largest lenders to the wine industry, Rabobank provides local expertise, access to a global financial network, exclusive research, and educational resources. We're committed to nurturing and investing in California's wine network. We are Rabobank, driven to do more for the people and communities we serve.
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Validtix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College Athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gades!
Growth starts small, from a seed or an idea or a plan for your future. And with the right tools, the right guidance, things start to happen. At Rabobank, we know about growth because we provide banking for communities grounded in agriculture, helping people like you and communities like ours thrive with the right banking solutions. It's why at Rabobank, we roll up our sleeves to go to work for you. We're Rabobank. Let's talk.
Think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Rabobank delivers banking and financing.
Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
It's hard to think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
From the growers and winemakers to the tasting room staff, sales teams, and business owners, wine is an iconic image of California. At Rabobank, we know that viticulture and enology are an important part of the Golden State's business climate. They're industries in which growing businesses require a financial partner who understands the unique challenges they face every day. As one of the world's largest lenders to the wine industry, Rabobank provides local expertise, access to a global financial network, exclusive research, and educational resources. We're committed to nurturing and investing in California's wine network. We are Rabobank, driven to do more for the people and communities we serve.
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Validtix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gates!
Growth starts small, from a seed or an idea or a plan for your future. And with the right tools, the right guidance, things start to happen. At Rabobank, we know about growth because we provide banking for communities grounded in agriculture, helping people like you and communities like ours thrive with the right banking solutions. It's why at Rabobank, we roll up our sleeves to go to work for you. We're Rabobank. Let's talk.
Think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Valitix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
It's hard to think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing matters.
From the growers and winemakers to the tasting room staff, sales teams, and business owners, wine is an iconic image of California. At Rabobank, we know that viticulture and enology are an important part of the Golden State's business climate. They're industries in which growing businesses require a financial partner who understands the unique challenges they face every day. As one of the world's largest lenders to the wine industry, Rabobank provides local expertise, access to a global financial network, exclusive research, and educational resources. We're committed to nurturing and investing in California's wine network. We are Rabobank, driven to do more for the people and communities we serve.
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Valitix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gates!
Growth starts small, from a seed or an idea or a plan for your future. And with the right tools, the right guidance, things start to happen. At Rabobank, we know about growth because we provide banking for communities grounded in agriculture, helping people like you and communities like ours thrive with the right banking solutions. It's why at Rabobank, we roll up our sleeves to go to work for you. We're Rabobank. Let's talk.
Think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing.
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Valitix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays! Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm here for
Bakersfield.com live exclusive coverage of Renegade football here, as well as our radio partner, News Talk 1180 KERN 96.1 FM. Pleasure to have everybody with us. This is we say it every week, it's the Red Carpet Halftime Show brought to you by Carpet Outlet Plus. Tonight, it really is a red carpet because it is homecoming at Long Beach City College, and they have a red carpet dialed in for their presentations of the homecoming king and queen and all of that festivities and pomp and circumstance. We have a halftime show to do for our Renegade fans, so we bring in our sports information director, Brandon Urie. Great to see you tonight, Brandon. Your thoughts on our first half?
Yeah, absolutely. It was, it looked like we were going to jump out to a really quick lead and maybe take that momentum even further than it was right now at this point, but then it kind of stalled. I think we have a lot to, work on in the second half offensively, especially Irby there at QB, still kind of getting his feel for what he's going to do offensively and connecting with his receivers and the rest of the offense there to make it really click, because he's got the arm for us, but I think it's almost there.
A lot going on in Bakersfield College right now with regards to athletics and our fall sports. There's a lot to get to in our Red Carpet Halftime Show. First and foremost, I want to talk about next week, 7 nights from tonight. A big event taking place at Bakersfield College every year. It's called Homecoming. We get to have it every year and enjoy it. And this one's going to be a special one. I think I'll just kind of back away and let you start talking about Homecoming next week at Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, hopefully, we'll take this homecoming momentum that they're having here on their night and take it back to our place. But, I even walked the red carpet. I was going to tell you that. Knowing I was coming up here, I had to walk that red carpet on the way up to the stairs.
How'd it feel?
Felt kind of good.
You certainly dressed for it.
It's been a little bit, yeah. But no, our homecoming next week is, we're looking forward to that. We're going to be hosting East LA. East LA beat Long Beach last week, so we're hoping for a good game football-wise. But aside from that, we're going to be honoring the 1988 National Championship team. We're going to have the coach from that team, Carl Bowser, come and flip the coin.
Nice.
And then we're going to honor those members that are going to be able to be in attendance at that game as well at halftime of that game. So I know there's a group of those guys coming from all over the country, wherever they're at, to tailgate before the game, to get together. I'm sure, talk about old good times 30 years ago, and then, we'll have them at halftime to give them an honor. And we're going to give each one of them a nice little cap that has the year of the game on it. It should be a good time.
That's awesome.
We're really trying to do that. And then, of course, the post-game fireworks show that we have planned as well, which is going to be sponsored by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. So we're grateful for them for their support of Bakersfield College athletics and sponsoring that halftime or that post-game fireworks show for us. So be sure if you're coming to the game next week to stay for that. That should start as soon as the game ends and last about 10-15 minutes. So it'll be a good show, and of course our homecoming court they're going to honor as well for Bakersfield College. I know the cheerleaders also have a special halftime performance. They're having a clinic for younger girls that morning, so they're going to let them participate in their show at halftime, and a lot is going on for that game.
Man, that's next Saturday night. Sounds like you have loaded it up. We have the national championship team of '88 being honored. We have Carl Bowser on the field tossing the coin. A huge tailgate session 2 weeks ago. Brandon, you couldn't even get a vehicle out there anymore. It was just packed. It was a huge tailgate session for the evening. We're going to have a ton of cheerleaders there as well. So we look forward to a great time, capped off by the Kern Schools Federal Credit Union fireworks show. And if you've never been to the fireworks show up at Bakersfield College, you can't miss it. It's going to be a beautiful night. And to accentuate what you talked about, the minute the last whistle is blown, they get ready, they start, the lights come down, and we are off to the races with the fireworks show. That's a week from tonight. East LA, you mentioned it, they beat this Long Beach team, so hopefully we can get a win here tonight, and that'll set up a really important, pivotal game between two teams trying to get into the playoffs between East LA and our Renegades. Well, I had John Metis in our Bakersfield, Californian pregame show. We were talking a little bit about volleyball and what's happening with our volleyball team at Bakersfield College. We have a lot of fall sports right now, but because we call football games and because volleyball is on a tear, let's stay volleyball-centric and get your thoughts on it. They're right above your office, so you get to see them a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I don't get to see them every single game, every home game I'm at, but, they've had a great matchup that went to 5 sets against College of the Canyons on Wednesday night. And I was watching it via the Twitter feed. Mm-hmm. And when it went to 4 and they won that one, I just knew they were going to pull it out. That's the type of team that Carl's put together this year, and he's really worked on that. So they're standing at 18-1 right now. Just looking at their record, they're on a 12-game win streak right now, 12 sweeps overall for the year out of 19 games they played right now. And if you look at the number of sets they've given up, it's, I believe, under 10 all season that they've given up in terms of each match they've played. So they are hot right now. And, you know, just being here, we're very lucky to have Carl Ferreira as our volleyball coach. You know, I know he's been here a lot longer than I have, obviously, but, you know, where I came from at Nebraska, I told him this. He reminds me of John Cook, the University of Nebraska volleyball coach.
National champions.
And he, I mean, he was at that level at one time in his career, but, you know, he's got a philosophy that's dialed in that obviously he does very well, and this team has responded to the way that he's coaching them and using that philosophy of getting them in rhythm, being consistent, maintaining composure. And you can see that in their matches when they play. Every time they've gotten behind, they pull together, they figure it out, and they come through with the victory.
November 7th, we will be calling a volleyball game. Brandon and the staff at Bakersfield College Athletics have been able to put together TBC and us doing a volleyball game November 7th. More on that next week we'll talk about. I know I have Titan Tom Myers joining me for that. Can't wait to call that. Get inside the Gil Bishop Sports Center and start calling some sports in there, which brings me to our next topic. Basketball, men and women's basketball. Last year we loved calling those games in there. We have ladies basketball, men's basketball right around the corner. There's a lot happening. Coach Dahl and Coach Hughes getting their teams, prospective teams, ready to go, huh?
It is, yeah, and this is really like a few weeks away right now. Women's opens up the weekend of the 2nd and 3rd of November. The men's first game is the 7th of November at home. So what is that, 2 weeks away, really, at this point? I mean, it's kind of come out of nowhere. And that's kind of how the fall season goes. You just, all of a sudden, it's basketball season, and then you're into spring. So we're looking forward to the men's and women's basketball seasons, seeing how they do, how they compete. We've had some fun with them, I guess, doing some photo shoots with them to really up our social media game with, you know, just making it fun for the student athletes, helping them represent their school and just representing themselves as they go forward. So we'll see how they go. We had them on the Renegade Report, men's basketball. We'll have women's basketball on the Renegade Report this coming week. But I know Paula is looking forward to a good season, and of course Rich is as well. That's their goals.
Wasn't it 4th of July like a week ago? Goodness.
It seems like that.
Didn't I just meet you about a week ago?
I rolled into town July 2nd, so
that's why I say
yeah.
It's been a mad dash for you, which brings me to my next topic. I start my days by getting my whole crew up and out. I'm gone, get to my office, make sure everything's good, and then I check about 4 or 5 websites, and one of them is GoGauge.com. There's a lot happening there. It's a beautiful site. There's a ton of information. Let's talk a little bit about our social platform right now.
Yeah, absolutely. GoGauge.com, you know, if you don't have that bookmarked on your web browser right now, do it. Especially if you follow Renegade Athletics. That is up to date with everything that we do, calendar on the top, knowing what's going on for the week, recaps of games that we've played, stats, anything you're really looking for.
Great pictures.
Great pictures. We're looking to do, you know, a lot more video here. That's something that I'm looking to get into play here, more so as we get along. But, yeah, stay in tune with that and also our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And, you know, I guess that's been a point of emphasis for me as I've started here, is really upping our social media game. I know that's how we connect, you know, at least in this day and age.
Absolutely.
Television is a thing still, but social media is how most people get their information.
We were just having this chat on the way down here today. Just having this chat on the way down. One of my car partners, my riding partners, say, "Now this is on TV tonight." I said, "No, even better. It's live streaming because you can watch it anywhere at any time." If you're Coach Chudy and you're in that locker room right now with these guys coming out 13-10 lead, you're going to get the football back first. What are you telling these Renegades, Brandon?
Well, Coach Yuri here, right? Putting on my coach hat.
Yeah.
You know, it's about having a winning mentality, and if you are a winner, you have to close the game out. We're very, very close battle right now with Long Beach, but you got to get on the board early here, score some points, and shut their offense down with our defense. Our defense has been very, very good this year in doing that. So really just having the defense just play lights out offensively, put some more points on the board, and then just maintain that composure through the end of the fourth quarter.
Brandon the Fury Yuri, our sports information director, another stellar job. Thank you for getting everything dialed in tonight for us. This is not a bad place to call a football game.
Yeah, I was going to say, right? We were talking about this before I came on, but we got at least, like you were saying, a 10-mile radius of viewing here, 360. You know, you can see the mountains up there all the way out to the beach. You can see the pyramid of Cal State Long Beach over here. just a beautiful setting for a football game here
Thanks,
tonight.
buddy. Appreciate it. Have a great second half.
Absolutely.
That's Brandon Urie.
You as well,
When we
Vance.
come back, it will be the second half. Renegades up 13-10. Hope you enjoyed the Red Carpet Halftime Show brought to you by our good friends at Carpet Outlet Plus. When we come back, third quarter action right after this.
For years, Current Schools Federal Credit Union has been the local choice to meet your financial needs. And just because we're local, you can still take us wherever your travels or life may be. That's right. From online and digital banking to mobile check deposit, Current Schools is always a tap away. And did you know banking at Current Schools gives you access to over 30,000 ATMs nationwide? More than any big national bank can offer. Download the Co-op ATM Locator app to find an ATM near you. See, we're local, but we're local everywhere. Current Schools. Together, we have something
Renegade
special.
fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Validtix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
Think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing
Current
matters.
Schools Federal Credit Union has been the local choice to meet your financial needs. And just because we're local, you can still take us wherever your travels or life may be. From online and digital banking to mobile check deposit, Current Schools is always a tap away. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College Athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gates!
Current Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Current Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Current Schools. Together, we have
Welcome back to second half action at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Long Beach City College versus our beloved Renegades. Renegades up 13-10 after hitting that field goal. The Jaeger, team's leading scorer, also hasn't missed a field goal all season. Doing a great job continuing his streak. Right now, the Renegades will open up with the football, heading south. One person we're missing is Big Steve Lynch. Don't have any halftime stats for you guys, but more than anything, we know that there's room for improvement. Overall, great job by Jacob Irby, not doing the wrong thing and forcing the football. Squib kick, taken at the 25. It's going to be tackled and down at the 40. Will it be 1st and 10 Renegades?
I don't know that I've eaten a larger piece of pizza
Your eyes are red for trying to get it
in
down.
a shorter amount of time.
Man, I wish you could see Vance's eyes from trying to get this 3-foot piece of pizza down that he just had.
Thanks, Kenny.
Get this man some water. 1st and 10 Renegades, and we go blast play. Oh, Ortiz breaks the tackle. 13-yard gain right out of the locker room, but how about that? Nothing fancy. Pistol formation, and they go that 27 blast like a blast power play, and now we're going with a little bit of tempo. 1st and 10 Renegades.
Irby no huddle, far hash mark, again to Ortiz. Ortiz picks up 5 more yards there, at least 4, so As you say, picking up the tempo, no huddle, looking good. 13-10 as we come into this third quarter. Thanks to our sports information director, Brandon Urie. And we are so high up here, he barely made it down to the field level. We are a long ways up here, just only second to, I think, our Memorial Stadium. 2nd and 6, they say. Irby to Ortiz again, and Ortiz, one of those runners that gets stronger with the more carries that he has. 3rd and 3, or 3rd and 4, I guess.
And I see the adjustment in the running game already after we come out of the half. It was a lot of east and west sweep power type plays for Ortiz earlier, and they weren't successful. So right now we're coming downhill, blasting power plays, getting more vertical.
They keep it at 3rd and 4. Ortiz picks up the first down and more to the 33-yard line.
It's just like we just alluded to. Too much east and west sweep offense in the first half versus a fast defensive line in Long Beach. Cut that out. Let's go blasting straight up the field. Ortiz averaging about 7 yards a carry.
Irby has 3 receivers way out to the left side of the line of scrimmage. Strong left side, but the ball's right between the hash marks. Hard count, nobody jumps.
And that's what you do to an aggressive defensive line. Play with that snap count a bit.
1st and 10. Again, Ortiz. Ooh. Oh, some great footwork in there. Ortiz thought he got away from everybody, but then they finally catch him. No gain. Well, you know you're up high when the birds are flying below you, right? When the birds are rolling down below you and looking up on you, you know you're up high.
2nd and 10 for the Renegades. Trips right, set, but they're going more of a H-back trips instead of a 3 receiver trips from that pistol formation.
Play action to Ortiz. Irby has a man, lets it go in the far corner, and it is, just overthrown. And he had Cam Roberson open in the corner. Took a big hit at the end of that. There is no questioning his arm strength. He's got it, he can do it, and he does it with great ease, Kenny. It's not like he's having to hurl it with all his energy. Just doesn't have that exact specific timing down yet. If they can get it working, though.
And for Cam, you're the outside receiver. You're outside of the numbers. I don't know why you turn the opposite direction to find the football. It's going to be coming from inside.
No, you're right. 3rd and 10.
Shotgun double set for Irby.
They come after him. He better get rid of it quickly. They do. Oh! Should have been caught. They picked up the blitz just long enough. Ortiz made a great block at the last second, and Irby pats him on the helmet saying, thanks, Elijah. And Elijah got rid of it. And Irby got rid of it to Chance Cooper, and Chance couldn't hang on to it. Oh, doggone it.
Goodness.
That would have been a big first down, if not a touchdown. So now DeJager's going to come on for a long boot.
Yeah, where we at? About the 33, so it's going to be 33, 43, 50-yard attempt for DeJager.
Here's a 50-yarder to make things interesting here to start the third quarter off. DeJager, the sophomore out of Bakersfield Christian High School.
With Moran as the holder.
5'11", 180. Moran could absolutely fake this thing as one of the QBs, but they say, DeJager, it's all yours. Whoa, look at this, baby. Look at this deal. A 50-yarder.
Yes.
And I hate to sound like those announcers that say he had still a long way to go with it. He had 10 more yards on that baby.
You know what? I just got goosebumps, man, because one of the most underestimated parts of football games is special teams. And I would say we have the best kicker-punter combination in the state. DeJager perfect on the year and just hit his season-long 50-yarder.
And you got Carson Olivas, top punter in the country. And then you've got an Arvin Bear who's about to kick it off right now. That was a 50-yarder that looked like it was a chip shot. That was a beauty.
You know what? And kudos to the coaching staff for even allowing him the opportunity to try, because that's an extremely deep field goal, and you don't make that. You give great field position to a team that's been moving the ball on the ground in Long Beach.
Right. Now that cat's going to be saying every time it's a 50-yarder, huh? What, coach? What?
Great job.
Now the Arvin Bear hammers it, and out of
we
bounds.
pumped it up too much, huh?
my man Antonio Garcia hooks it left out of bounds, so he'll grab the tee and come have a quick word with Coach Alvarez.
Look at Coach Alvarez with those hands on his hip.
Look at.
Ready to chew him out.
You, come here.
Don't get him, Mateo.
You know what he's telling him? Look, I know you're from Palms High School, but that's only going to, really hold so much with me. I'm a Foothill Trojan. Honestly, I don't think I've seen Antonio kick one out all year.
Yeah, I want to say that may be his second one.
So they move the ball up to the 35-yard line. Coach Chudy not thrilled about that.
Definitely not after that field goal. It's basically the same field position that they would have had. 1st and 10 Long Beach, and they go power.
Man, look at that big, strong work in there by the left side of that defensive line for the Renegades. That is another big hit by Simpkins, and also
Mario Solario.
Well, that, who came up to help out a little bit was Justin Harrington. Harrington came up to get a little bit of action in there. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Single high safety for the Renegades. 2nd and 9. Long Beach doing some check with me.
The run play, and it's a big run play.
Oh, he's out of here.
He's gone. I don't know if they'll catch him. To the 20, to the, they do.
Yes.
Hey, how about that heck of a play by Sean Stevens to catch up to the speedy Pierre Robinson out of Paramount High School in Paramount, California. Right between the tackles, he just burst right through the seam of this football field, and had it not been for Sean Stevens not quitting.
Yes, because I'll tell you what, Sean Stevens just may have the play of the game if we're able to stop these guys and keep them to a field goal, because I thought he was gone.
So 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. They can still pick up a first down.
Ball on the ground.
Oh. A bobbled shotgun snap. Nothing bad about it. Murphy, I think, just had his eyes somewhere else.
And one thing we talked about all year, too, as we bless you. Our defense has done a great job after big plays, righting the ship. Bend but don't break. You give up a maybe 60-yard run. Sean Stevens hustles his tails off to tackle him at the 10, and the next snap is a 6-yard loss. Let's see if the Renegade defense can bow up in the red zone.
2nd and 14, Murphy. He stands at the 20. The ball's at the 16, though. Hard count, no flags. Ooh, that was close, awfully close.
Got to be disciplined.
Some Renegades jumped. Murphy wants to throw, throws to the corner, lobs it up there, and it will be
no good.
Out of real estate. Makes the catch, but by the time he caught it, he was past that back pylon and out of there, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 14. You made a great point. Sean Stevens, possibly the play of the game if they force him into a field goal here.
I called it like I seen it. Great hustle, because that guy was rolling, and now we got a trips open set for Long Beach. Let's see if we can get a turnover.
No huddle offense. Everybody's down here to the bottom of your screen on the left side of the line of scrimmage.
And if you're Abdiel Richards right now, you're locked up man-to-man with help over the top, so you can be as aggressive as you want.
Pass play. Renegades get him from behind. Fumble! Down! Double fumble!
And I called the turnover!
Renegades get it. Double fumble. He popped it out once, picked it up again, and the fumble recovery out there by who else? Second time he's made a big play, James Thomas. He created one fumble, picked up this fumble. So Sean Stevens, a few moments earlier, chases down the speedy running back, keeping him out of the end zone. And after a couple of miscues, the Renegades pick up a fumble, and it's 1st and 10 BC.
Woo! Boy, you can't help but get goosebumps on defensive play like that.
And here comes Irby on a 1st and 10. Will he try to strike while the iron's hot? No, they stay on the ground, show some patience, and that ball's on the ground.
Oh, my goodness.
They strip Ortiz, and the big fella picks up with it.
Wow.
And he's running, guys.
Oh, we got the ball back. And we got the ball back and stripped it after the strip. And then we got a late personal foul. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't hear, bro.
The craziest exchange that we've seen all season twice. Go ahead and break it down, BB.
Are you sure?
I'm too excited.
You sure?
Man. Wow.
Hey, hold on. We got to check and see if our audio levels are all right. So here's what happened, everybody. Here's what happened. Elijah Ortiz had the ball stripped. The ball was picked up by Marvin Boyd, 6'5", 280. Marvin Boyd was going to try to make a dash for it to the end zone. He gets the ball stripped from him. We pick it back up. And then on top of that, at the end of the play, a personal foul on the Vikings. So the Renegades, after all of that, have the football back. And is there an ear doctor in the house? Is there an ear doctor in the house? Anybody work on ears, eardrums, anything?
VP, I'm telling you, that's why Coach Chudy actually got me off the sideline as a coach, because when plays like that would happen, I would be too amped up and loud. He's like, Kitty, go to the press box. Now you stuck with me.
Well, look, the press box is 3 windows over. Now, here we go. 1st and 10. Now Irby. Now he wants to go to the air. He's got a man open. He fires it downfield. Who's going to be there? It's Shane Jones. He catches it at the 20-yard line. Makes some fancy footwork. Shane Jones steps out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Irby with an absolute dart of 60 yards. That is one powerful arm, and Shane Jones catches it hands up.
Wow.
And Renegades are starting to roll now. They're feeling it.
And the difference on that fade that Shane Jones caught, he wasn't arm wrestling with the guy mid-route. He continued to run to the top of the route. Great job and great ball by Irby. 1st and 10.
Under 9 to go in this third quarter, and we have had a wild third quarter already. A 50-yard field goal, some super long plays, a double fumble possession, and then a 65-yard bomb from Irby. This is fun.
This is fun. And we had the interception off the helmet ricochet in the first half. I told you these games are wild in Long Beach, man. I won my first Potato Bowl against this Long Beach team with Coach Neo Geo was the quarterback. And ever since then, in the 90s, every contest is high impact. And Renegades are rolling right now, 2nd and 7, VP.
Great stuff, Kenny. The ball's right here on this near hash. Trying to get in. They're heading directionally south. Irby now fakes it to Ortiz. Irby takes a quick look, floats it out. Should be a touchdown. Does he get in? Flag on the play. Flag on the play, and I believe this, and I wouldn't be shocked if this isn't an offensive interference with a receiver. I thought there may be a bit of a push or a shove off to get some space out there, but it might be. Let's see.
Yeah, and that's a good call.
Yeah, it was Shane Jones. He was trying to get some space, and by the time Irby dropped it off, the official had already thrown the flag, so no touchdown, obviously.
Well, I'll tell you what, as they march that penalty back, when we roll right like that, that throwback opportunity is so available. If we sneak a tight end maybe across the back of the end zone or something like that.
Couldn't agree more.
Be looking for that in the future, ladies and gentlemen. 8-on-1 to play, 2nd and 20.
Look at this, Isaiah Martin and Ortiz both back there. They give it to Isaiah Martin. He pounds his way in between the hash marks, up for a gain of about 2, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 20.
VP, man, I feel guilty, man. I blew your eardrums out, man.
I'm going to stop off somewhere in an emergency room on the way home.
Oh, man, I couldn't help it, man. That's one of the most amazing plays I've seen.
Long 3rd down here, and the Renegades not worrying at all after Jaeger hits a 50-yarder.
Absolutely.
I feel like 3's in the bank here, but they like more. 15 on the play clock. Irby hands the ball to Ortiz, and he has a huge gap. They were looking pass as well. I think Long Beach thought for sure they were going to put that ball in the air, and Ortiz had a massive seam to run through, but they're going to run Jaeger out there.
Great call by Coach to get us in a more makeable field goal position, too, because a 9 is much better than 6. Talking from a Lee's perspective with 6:50 to play in this third quarter.
So Moran will go down on the 18-yard line to hold it, 28-yarder. The snap's perfect. The hold is there. Long Beach doesn't make a lot of attempt to get to it. It is up and good, but flags on the far left side.
Hold on the
and
Renegades.
it's going to be against the Renegades. And I think out on the edge, our tight end out there was maybe getting a little too touchy. Yeah, and it's going to be called on Hakeem Taylor, the East High Blade.
Yeah, and DeJager's like, come on, man, I got a perfect streak going.
Or he's saying, thanks, man. I'd like to kick it just a little bit further to keep this leg warm. You're all right, buddy. I got you. I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up.
Let's see. Let's see if the young man is ready for the challenge.
Okay, so now Moran will go down at the 33. Sorry, the 27. The 27, so that's a 37-yarder. Apology. Doesn't matter where.
Yes.
He makes it perfect. 6:34 remains in this third quarter, and what a wild third quarter it's been. Renegades up by 9. We'll be back right after this.
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College Athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gates!
It's hard to think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters. It's hard to think about.
Welcome back to BC Renegade football. Renegades up 19-10 as Antonio kicks off, and it's taken at the 6. Returner still on his feet with room across the 30. Out at the 34, will it be 1st and 10? Long Beach heading north. Wanting to apologize to all the hearing impaired out there after me blasting those eardrums. But like I said, they hired me because of intensity. Same way I played the game is the same way I call it. Y'all stuck with me.
Hey, the hearing impaired don't have a problem. It's the hearing. 1st and 10. 6:26 left in this third quarter. Oh. Hey, what a play. Big hit. And he's Jalen Simpkins starting to have a little bit of fun here. And Kenny, we talked about our players of impact earlier this season. And
Yes,
he has been making impactful plays every single night, every single game. Even when we really haven't had the best performances as a team, you can still count on Jalen Simpkins for making big plays. 2nd and 12.
Absolutely. We'll get to that more after the snap. New formation, and they go play action. Got a little pressure again. Quarterback spins out. Murphy doing a great job extending the play, but that's going nowhere. Actually going to be a loss of about 2 to Sean White on the catch. But let's go back to Mr. Simpkins. We talked about our players to watch. He was the first name out of your mouth. Since then, he's had an interception taken back to the house. Huge play after huge play. But more than anything, I love seeing my teammates' kids play at a high level.
3rd and 16. Murphy drops straight back. Steps up out of the pocket, makes one good move. He's got a lot of room to make up. Can he do it? He does. Another first down, and he just jogs out of bounds inside Renegade territory at the 48.
You know what, in VP, we actually made an adjustment and had the spy, but Murphy just did a great job making plays with his feet.
Man, with that left-handed gun of his, he looks like Vic. He looks like Michael Vick out there. He doesn't have the ankle-breaking talent of Michael Vick, but he's got that speed and the whereabouts and the vision, and he's got the gun too. 1st and 10.
Great observation.
Ball at the Renegade 48. Hard count, nobody jumps. Renegade showing a little bit more restraint at the line of scrimmage.
Single high safety Harrington as they go ISO. through the
Strong run
27
play there
ball.
by Talon Patton. So Patton,
7-yard gain.
local player out of Long Beach, St. Anthony High School.
Oh, we got an injured player. And while we got the injury, I'll go back to the Simpkins family. You know, Jerome Simpkins was my outside linebacker. As a sophomore, he was a freshman. We had the opportunity to win a championship together. Played at a high level every snap. Such a joy to see Jalen Simpkins following in his father's footsteps. But more than anything, the joy I get taking part in watching the process of father to son and that relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because every week, Jerome, even though he has a smartphone too, he texts me for directions like he ain't been all over the world anyway. Kenny, where's the stadium at? So now it's our tradition. I send him directions every week.
I'll take this time to thank two incredibly important friends of Bakersfield College Athletics. The first one is Luigi's Italian Restaurant and Delicatessen. Luigi's, we thank you so much for everything. Saw Gino last weekend, and we had a quick little chat about life and family and all the things that really, truly matter. And he goes, you know what, Vance, it's getting to that fun time of the year for us at the restaurant. You know, the holiday times, a lot of private parties, a lot of Christmas celebrations, a lot of end-of-the-year corporate celebrations, and it's always a busy, fun time for us, but our delicatessen's always that way. So thank you, Luigi's. Thank you, Gino, and your whole clan there. Appreciate it. And to Hodell's. Ooh, Hodell's is going to see the Palm family tomorrow. I hope they made enough rice pilaf to handle our whole clan. That's where we'll be, right off Olive Drive. That is the stop tomorrow for all of us. Thank you, Hodell's and Luigi's. 2nd and 4. Back into action now. Murphy, bad fumble. Snap. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. And they somehow pick it back up. It does not matter. The Renegades all over it. And Jonathan Murphy, for a quick second, had a real heads-up play. He told his running back there, Patton, you pick it up, I'll block for you. But Patton actually had problems handling it for a second. And it's a huge loss for the Vikings.
18-yard loss on the bot snap when you're actually doing a great job moving the football.
And Murphy's had a few of those tonight.
Yeah, and there's been a couple where he's barely caught them, too.
So now it's 3rd and
42. Or no, that can't be right.
3rd and 20. 3rd and 20. Long third down here for the Renegades. But last time, Murphy picked up 21 when he was in this spot.
They're going empty, too, so look out for that draw.
He'll step up. He'll try to make something happen. He's got the wheels. But this time he throws it, and it's going to be incomplete. No way. Oh, whoa, wow.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He ran up like he was going to say fair catch, like he did catch it. But by the time he got to the coaching staff of the Renegades, he had made his mind up. No, that is an incomplete pass. So nice job by the Renegade defense. And now Cam Roberson is going to jog out there, stand between the hash marks at his 25-yard line. Boy, wouldn't we love to see some Cam action right now.
Oh, man, I've been itching for Cam to just have one of those explosive games. He had so many huge plays last year, we just got used to it.
You're right. Super Cam. Cam Roberson, one of the fastest talents in the state of California in track and field. An absolute rocket ship. Let's see if he can get some space.
His brother is also
give him a
LA
bounce.
Dodger.
Give him a bounce. Roberson gets it at the 18. He needs some space. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. So he gets to the 34-yard line. You're right. We got so used to Cam running him from end zone to end zone last year, but doesn't take away from the threat that he is every time he touches the ball. Hey, 19-10 the score. We're at Long Beach City College. We're high atop Veterans Memorial Stadium. Next week we'll be at our Memorial Stadium, if you can believe it or not, a little higher than this. And it'll be homecoming there. We're going to be recognizing the 1988 National Championship team, 30th anniversary. Also the Kern Schools Federal Credit Union fireworks show. My phone's going to be buzzing this week. AVP. Can I get to the top? Can I come to the top? Can I come to the Dameron deck? Ortiz.
We need to put our order in for some of that Manning tri-tip a week ahead of schedule.
That'll be up to Coop to make the trek up, down, and up again.
We got to get Coop a runner next week.
Yeah, Stacy, his bodyguard.
2nd and about 7 for the Renegades. Pistol trips formation with the H-back.
Irby stands at the 30. Hand off to Ortiz again. Wow. when I see the stats tonight, I want to see how many carries Elijah has so far. This is a high number of carries already.
Absolutely. He's definitely over 20 carries. I'll put money on that. 3rd and about 5. Long Beach standing at 40 even front with a single high safety. May see if we want to try a 4 vertical opportunity for Irby.
Irby, hard count, nobody jumps, looks back over here to the sidelines.
The reason why we talk 4 wide when you got a single high safety, if you can look him off, you can get a matchup on the backside.
Have a little screen pass to Elijah, maybe. Elijah might just bust through for a second. No, they fire one, and it's caught. What a pitch, what a catch. First down, Renegades to the 48-yard line. And they're going to say he got to midfield. That is a really, really nice pass. And, hey, great to see Adarian Rao haul one in.
And great to see Irby making a throw mid-range instead of having to just hurl a fade.
That wasn't on the run.
Yes, because that was that 4 verticals as we go hurry up back into that shotgun double set.
Ooh, Cameron's down here, but they know about Cameron's speed because the DB down there is giving him about 9 yards.
But now here's that opportunity to give him an opportunity to run under a catch, even though we may go ISO.
You're right. They hand the ball off to Ortiz. Ortiz just shakes and bakes a little bit, doesn't get much, and they don't even bring him down, really. They just blow the whistles. They give him 1 yard. So under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter, 19-10, the Renegades lead the Long Beach City Vikings on a super stellar evening here in SoCal.
Super stellar evening, super stellar performance by the offense after coming out of the locker room as well. Great job overall by the unit in the offensive line pass protecting.
We will hand out the Red Shield Tony Pizza Player of the Game award tonight. Irby fires one, and it's dropped. And we've been talking about Cam all night.
Yep.
And of all people, Cam Roberson with fantastic hands dropped that one.
Thinking about running before he caught it on that opportunity.
When you're that fast, that's what you do,
Yeah.
That's what you do. Just give me the ball and I'll take off. But he dropped it. 3rd and 9, no huddle.
Shotgun double set. Single high safety look for Long Beach once again. Looks like a bit of maybe zero cover or robber with the free safety.
Irby takes the snap, looks right, checks back, throws across the middle. It's a bomb, and it's dropped by Shane Jones, and that was a touchdown.
Roughing the passer.
But another roughing the passer. I think it might be a roughing the passer. And Shane Jones dropped a touchdown pass.
Yeah, and that was a beauty. 4 vertical, like we said, where he looks off the safety and goes back to the opposite side. Jones.
If you're Jacob Irby, you got to be pretty pleased tonight with where you're putting the football. That was a beauty.
I definitely agree with that. He's putting the football where it needs to be, where his guy can get it or no one can. And he's also making those short throws. The throw before that was dropped by Cam, but that was a nice throw. Irby finding some rhythm.
Quite a discussion out here between the officials. Let's see what the call is going to be.
Yeah, this is interesting. Dead ball is enforced. Yes, that's the unique difference on 2 penalties. The dead ball personal foul penalty gives us the first down opportunity when the holding call during the play would have washed it out. It would have been a negative if a player can keep his head, but like we talked about, usually when we have these matchups versus Long Beach, there's a bunch of extracurricular stuff towards the end of the clock. And now that we're going into 4th quarter, we got our first personal foul in a while.
Wow, Kenny, that's a tough call for the Vikings. That's Kai Kaneshiro, a freshman out of San Pedro High School. And boy, that's a drive sustainer right there.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why coaches have gray hair or none at all.
Boy,
when you have an opportunity to get back into a football game,
that's tough to swallow for the Vikings. 1st and 10. Irby.
Ooh, nice move.
Ortiz, one nice move to get outside, and he'll pick up a first down. One move bought him 10 yards. Great run by Elijah Ortiz, the sophomore Stockdale Mustang High School running back.
And how can you just stop giving it to a guy who's continuing to get better as the game goes on?
Absolutely.
You know, I talked about the parents that I heard last week at the end of the game. We need more carries for everybody. Hey, the guy had 100 yards rushing in the first half last week. Why do you stop giving him the football?
At the end of the third quarter, 19-10. Kenny and I get paid to do this. We're having too much fun.
What? We get paid?
Back after this.
It's hard to think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College Athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gates!
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Valitix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Stadium. Renegades with a 2nd and 1, leading 19-10 as we start the fourth quarter. Irby in that pistol formation. We've been in that trips open with an H-back pretty much the majority of the game, and it's been working.
Looks like they might come after him. They do, but they just hand it to Ortiz. Ortiz stays in bounds, just grind that clock down to start off that philosophy and mentality with the first play of the fourth quarter up 9. We're going to keep that clock running. And Ortiz,
workhorse today,
unofficially has 913 carries tonight. I mean, he is. I mean, name me some run. You've had Isaiah Martin carry it maybe twice.
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
They haven't handed off to Shane.
Nope.
So you're talking about a run game tonight that is all EO.
I like it.
Irby to Ortiz. Ortiz. And you know what's great about Elijah? He's not trying to make something happen big every single play. There are times when he just has to, you know, put in the yeoman's work, take a couple of hits at the line of scrimmage. But we know, we've seen him enough. You give him some daylight, it's over.
Well, I reflect back to our years when we didn't throw it at all. And we had running backs like George Jones and Mike Gray and Sean Lane. Those guys would get 25 to 30 carries a game. So it's good to see us be able to do that, to take pressure off a quarterback who's adjusting.
Boy, is this set up for a quarterback to throw right now. 2nd and 9 at the 30. No, they stay on the ground. It's Ortiz, and Ortiz still getting something out of a whole lot of nothing. And he gets the ball up to about the 26-yard line, gain of 3.
Yeah, he's putting in work today, and it's the hard yards. Not a lot of toss sweeps. He's getting money from power plays and blast plays in between the tackles, and none of that happens without great work from the offensive line. And they're definitely doing a better job in the passing protection game this week. I'm impressed. You know, at the right time, too. We're 3-3 on the year. Big 3rd and 5 to see if we can add to this lead.
Play clock's below 7, so there won't be any hard count here. Irby takes this now. Bumble! Ball's on the ground. Irby falls on it. And the Vikings are starting to point like they have it, but they say 4th down. Or are they? Or are they?
And they have it.
But the officials are saying 4th down. Coaching staff for the Vikings.
Okay, well, good looking out.
They want to try to understand why when Noah Bias comes up with it in his hands, that it's not their football.
And that must be payback for earlier.
So now Josh Moran goes down at the 35-yard line as the holder. What'll be a 45-yarder from DeJager.
DeJager been on fire.
It's up, and it is
money.
It hits
Ooh!
it hits the inside upright. Hits the inside upright and falls down just inside.
Wow.
A
The Jaeger.
45-yarder. You got to love it when you're lining up to kick and somebody in the stand says, I'll pay $100 to whoever blocks the kick. That was beautiful. I loved hearing that. And Jaeger said, really?
That looked like a 9-iron.
Inside
Backspin.
right goal post. It hit up high and then fell straight down. So it could have, in theory, hit off the bottom post and kicked out. It goes in.
Wow.
Nathan DeJager living right. 22-10.
The Jägermeister. That's his name from the rest of the season, how this dude is kicking. Because he's definitely
Getting everybody drunk.
he's putting everybody on his back, leading the team in scoring. Hasn't missed a field goal all year. He's putting everybody on his back.
22-10, 12-point lead for the Renegades. 12:09 to go in the fourth quarter.
Man, how about this special teams performance? Week in and week out, even in our worst games, these guys keep finding a way to be consistent. And that's beautiful.
Last night, Rick Van Horn was my guest.
Coach.
And talking about two supremely well-coached high school football teams. And he said, Vance, you can always tell two really well-coached teams when both special teams units from both sides of the field are playing well. That's what we saw last night, and we're seeing that again tonight with our Renegades. The punt team, the kickoff team, the punt return team, the kickoff return team, the field goal unit playing so well, and they're so well coached that they get breaks.
Man, you know, it's just consistency. Consistency wins games.
And that's probably why we're actually on our way to 4-3 as opposed to being on the other side, because we have consistently played well enough to win football games. It's just converting in the red zone. And with those kicks, we're converting.
Vikings start things off here on the ground.
They go power play, and he's still on his feet. Guys standing around.
Yeah, the refs they've been delayed on their whistle, should have known. Speaking of that, let me tell you this. Many years ago,
Oh, yeah.
at Veterans Stadium versus Long Beach, the Renegades, less than a minute left, 12-9. Paul Dameron, a young defensive end from Arvin, deflects the ball, goes up into the moon. Rick Van Horn scoops it up, goes to the end zone, touchdown, Metro Championship Renegades. So how about this? Morgan Dials went in from deep. No, incomplete. Rick Van Horn, great athlete, great driller, great Renegade, and he rambles into the end zone for the touchdown, Metro Championship for the Renegades.
Man.
And then the very next year, the Renegades started using helmets. It was one of those years where...
Well, I'll tell you this about Coach Van Horn. I spent my career chasing his interception numbers. He had amazing interception numbers. I was a team leader on every team I played in the secondary, but I could never catch his single season numbers. Nobody would throw to my side. That's the only reason you had that record, Coach.
Man, we're pounding. Now we're lining up on him now.
They go power. He got room.
Oh, wow, some beautiful running. Great
huge
job of
hit
running
by
out there.
Harrington.
Well, Pierre Robinson, nice job running.
Pierre Robertson got some wheels. But how about that tackle? After that 15-yard run, Harrington playing lights out against the pass, of course, has a 98-yard interception to the house, but he does a great job coming up and filling and being the last line of defense. 1st and 10, Long Beach. And they go power again to the right side. That ball almost came out. And that's a late.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be a personal foul
Oh, boy.
on Bolden. Coming in and spearing the Powell. And you're up 12 points.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, offensive
They called it
personal
on Blake
foul.
Brown. They called it on. Oh no, they called it on the Vikings.
Yeah, that's weird because I saw Bolden coming in there late.
So Jacob Finiagonofo.
Wow, must have been something we couldn't see on this opposite side of the field. Nonetheless, I'll take it. Second and about 16, maybe 17.
Wow, they have had a couple of costly penalties tonight, Long Beach has. So now it's 2nd and 17. Murphy stands on the far hash at about the 43-yard line.
Oh.
And look at these big spaces out there for these running backs. And that one's Patton again. Boy, that's a lot of space out there. And he gobbles up a ton of yards, picked up 14 yards. Now it's going to be only 3rd and 3.
Yeah, their offense has done a great job running the football, and they're sticking with it. Oh, and he hurdles a guy.
Flag on the play.
Steven Marks gets hurdled by number 32.
Patton.
Talon Patton, 6'2", 225, out of St. Anthony from around the corner.
6'2", 225, and he's doing that.
Dude got uppers.
Yeah, he did.
VP, he looked like you on that one poster that I always see of you dunking and catching the lob.
The one where Jordan's looking up going, man, if I could jump like that guy. All right, well, another penalty by the Vikings. And they just keep marching backward after these big, beautiful plays, but they have to keep coming back. So,
coach killers, man.
Jeremiah Johnson into the ball game.
Great to see Jeremiah Johnson getting in and getting some snaps. His parents are at every game, whether he's playing or not, whether he's suited up or not. Great family. And he started off the year with 2 straight games with an interception. Had those injuries. Let's see if he can get his hands wet.
9.5 left in this 4th quarter.
Murphy drops back the pass. We got a spy on him. Oh, and that was nearly picked off.
Almost picked off out there. A really good play by LJ Early. He took a beat on it, almost had it.
Haven't said LJ's name a whole lot today, but great job by the defense clamping down. It's going to be 4th and about 13. And as Long Beach, you don't want to continue to give the football back to a good Renegades offense who's been moving the football consistently. You definitely want to try to go ahead and punt this football and flip the field position because you still have opportunity to get in this game if you're Long Beach.
Well, it's 4th and 13, but Harrington's back.
Yeah, we're going safe. This is what we call safe punt, where you don't put anybody out there. We're expecting nothing but tricks, but that's a great punt.
Yeah, it goes out at the 5-yard line.
Nice job by
Tanner
Carcamo.
So the Renegades now with 9:17 left in the 4th quarter, up by 12, could systematically move this ball down the football field 95 yards and end it with a 9-minute and 17-yard drive. We will see.
You know, we've had the close games, Vance. We've had the blowouts. We've scored 50. Now we have a game where 22-10 is
We're
still
in control.
Yeah, we're in control, but it's still a football game. You have to execute this drive and put these guys away, because if you go 3 and out right now with this field position, it's still a football game. So let's see what we got.
Okay, Irby. And one thing we definitely have is handing the ball off to that gentleman.
Oh, man, Elijah
Ortiz.
Elisha Ortiz, the Ortiz family, Miss Charles Zeta. You know, we talk about family support. Nothing makes an athlete more hungry for success than looking out into the stands and seeing his people on the road with him. Salute. Go power. All right, and that's met immediately. And that's going to bring up that interesting 3rd and about 8 with 8:40 left. And I seriously doubt if we're going to take a huge chance right here putting the ball in play with Irby. So let's see what we got.
Jalen down here having a quick word.
Talking to his dad, getting some tips. Pop telling him, make sure you dip that shoulder as you coming off the edge next time.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from Calvin.
Because I'm going to give it to him.
3rd and 8. Important play here for this Viking defense. Very important play. Irby takes that snap. They still stick with the same thing. Elijah trying to get outside. Ortiz battles up to about the 13-yard line. Comes up short. The Renegades will punt, so really nothing risky there by the Renegades.
Yep, run it 3 times.
not a 12-point lead right now. Just boot that ball, get it out of here, and we have Carson Olivas to do the booting.
Yeah, and that punt by Carcamo definitely did its due diligence as it keeps us pinned. Now let's see if we can flip the field.
A low one, big bounce, and a perfect bounce for Carson Olivas. He kicked it at the goal line, so that is a 65-yard punt. How's that?
That's an amazing punt.
Woo,
Kicked that
boy.
from the 11, so let's see.
Oh, was it from the 11?
Yep. Let's see. Let's get 10, 20.
Well, the ball was snapped on the 13.
I say it's right at 50. Yeah. That's a beautiful punt.
My eyes doth deceive me.
55 yards. Amazing. Pistol formation with a double tight set.
Morgan, keeper, throws, slick play, almost picked off. Ooh, almost a one-handed beauty. Stephen Marks almost grabbed that out of the air with one hand. I like the play call, good play call, other than the fact that Marks read it well. Faked the handoff. Murphy rolls to his strong side, his left side.
Very
Stopped
deceptive.
behind the line of scrimmage and tossed it, but Marks almost yanked that down.
Great job by Mark staying at home.
2nd and 10. Ball's at the 35-yard line. Far hash. Morgan drops back, has some good time, fires this one, and it's deflected and almost picked off again. There's been a lot of oohs and ahs out of Kenny Knight tonight because that was almost picked off right there as well.
But I got to tell you, Vance, we've seen some interesting plays made on the defense, but most of them have been where the ball touches 3 to 4 different people.
It's been a night of ricochets for sure.
I'm watching Ricochet when I get home.
Is that it? Is that it?
Yes.
I'm going to say it 3 more times.
John Voight.
Just put it in your head.
John Voight, Denzel Washington, classic.
3rd and 10. Definite pass play. Morgan throws out here and
caught
with
great
a
one hand.
And another nice move to go with it. So that's a first down and a well-deserved first down by Victor Bates. Ironically, this is the same receiver who happened to drop an easy one earlier tonight. What could have been a touchdown. Then he makes this Odell Beckham Jr. grab here and snags that one. First down. Big catch.
When I was looking at numbers, he's their leading receiver with 300 on the year. But you can tell where the inconsistency comes.
Morgan in trouble. Tosses. Big hit.
Oh, no good.
They're going to say incomplete.
He dropped the ball.
I know. The coaching staff, Coach Chudy, the head coach for the Renegades, is right there with the officials. He doesn't really ever say much to the officials. And he said, wait a second, your man caught it, my man popped it out. How is that not a fumble? Abdul Richards brought the wood right there.
Yeah, and the receiver didn't make a football move, so it should have been incomplete.
2nd and 5, empty. He got it all by himself, fires it up. That is overthrown by a large margin from Jonathan Murphy. And now that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. He's an exciting quarterback to watch. Got a gun.
Definitely very athletic. Left hand reminds you a little bit of Doug Flutie as well. How he moves around in the pocket. But I'm still laughing at Coach McGill, how demonstrative he was on that should have been incomplete pass. Empty set for Long Beach.
Morgan, quick fire, gets the first down, and a first down. So nice play out there, a catch by Patrick Lee. And now this crowd below us, right below us, is the majority of a Viking crowd. Another connection, another big first down reception down to the 9-yard line. And Harrington made a big hit, but still another big first down. So here come the Vikings.
Big hit, but he didn't wrap up, and he got lucky that he had one more defender behind him. Empty set.
Murphy, no huddle, wants to keep throwing, tosses, and that may be a touchdown. It looked like he was in. I thought he was in. Oh, wow. And the side referee said he did not get in. That was awfully, awfully close.
Yeah, and they're just attacking the inside routes. Right now, you can expect that blast play.
I can expect Mason Bowen to run this in.
Or janky snap.
And exactly what happens. Bowen, touchdown.
Yeah, we still got a game, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. You called it. A very, very conservative set of downs prior to this by the Renegades. To just kind of get out of the end zone and make it comfortable for Carson Olivas. But what that's done is put 6 more up for the Vikings. And, ooh.
VP, I'll tell you, when I'm sitting at home and I'm watching a game and I make a call like that and it happens like that, I'll tell my wife, I'll say, put me in the booth. This is why they put us up here. We see these circumstances as the kick goes through to make it 17-22 with the Renegades leading, but the circumstances of time, you have to continue to play at a high level no matter where you are on the scoreboard, because you start relaxing with a 12-point lead thinking it's over in the fourth quarter, and one drive brings them back in the game.
You got Long Beach now thinking, hey, here we are, fellas. We're at home. We got it. One big stop right here. And, Kenny, they went 65 yards in like 1 minute, 2 minutes.
65 yards after the great punt by Carson Olivas. Flipped the field. But one of the things that they did well was continue to run the football. They didn't get pass happy until they actually got us down on the other side of the 50 to where they started attacking the inside routes. But they used their run game to get those chains moving, and it kept them in a position to extend the drive. Now you got to be prepared for the janky sky kick that they've done all day, or the squib. That front line has to stay conscious. Definitely an interesting game. Let's see what kind of kick we got coming up here. They've been keeping it away from the deep guys.
Okay, 4:54 to go here, and this might go out of bounds. Will it? Oh, and it does. The coaching staff can't believe it from Long Beach. Oh, man. And that's a tough one to take there. They do all of that work, and they get that touchdown, and Delgadillo boots it out of bounds. So decent field position for the Renegades with a 5-point lead, 22-17. The lonely life of a kicker. You can be a superstar hero and win the game, or you can kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 35, and we've been running the football pretty well. And here comes Ortiz right back out there as we go that all dependable trips set with an H-back.
It's Ortiz, and the not too hard to figure out right now, Kaze Hayashi, and he is stopped. And I'll tell you what, it's Ortiz 100% of the plays right now.
Yeah, and that's where you got to try to do a little bit something different right now, because they're loading the box up. 2nd and 12. We can't run the clock out with 4 minutes. We got to make plays. Let's see what we got dialed up.
8 on the play clock. There'll be no hard counts here. Irby, they stay with Ortiz again. Nothing doing.
2 quick handoffs. Puts us in a position for 3rd and long.
He got back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd and 10 right now. Look down some of the Renegade faithful there. Starting to put their hands in their head.
Yeah, getting conservative a bit. With our defense pretty much playing well most of the day. You're wondering if Coach Judy is just content with running the football 3 times and punting it. But, in my experience, that usually never works out. When you still have a team that has 3 timeouts and there's 3 minutes to play.
At home. Irby. Again, Ortiz this time tries to stretch it out to the near side. He's wrapped up for a loss of a yard. So 3 straight handoffs to Ortiz. 3.
Long Beach trailing 5 points. 17-22. Clock continues to chop. But that's exactly what you wanted as a Viking football team.
I'll tell you what, this Long Beach crowd is one of the more vocal crowds. One of the ladies sitting below us stood up and thanked the BC coaching staff right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, she thanked the coaching staff for BC for 3 straight Ortiz runs. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you hear the complaints about. But
4th 11, Olivas. That's the Carson Olivas we're looking for. A big high punt, fair caught at the 20-yard line. What a booming punt. So 2:28 to go. All of a sudden, this Long Beach crowd back into it. It's homecoming, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at their 21. 79 yards to go. A field goal won't do it for them.
And
they
we've
trail
been in
by
this
5.
position. We've been in this position in this stadium before, where we have a game where we should be handily winning, yet a little anxiety at the end with 2:28 to play.
Okay.
And they have 3 timeouts.
And Jonathan Murphy.
Let's see who wants to step up and be big for the defense. Got a bunch of playmakers.
Murphy should be a holding play. Oh, where's the flag? And it is a first down to the 50-yard. No, they're going to say it got knocked out. Abdil Richards knocks it out. But I'll tell you what, the D-line
tackled him
for the Renegades, and that was Ricky Lingway. I haven't called his name all night. He was basically drugged down behind the line of scrimmage right in front of the white hat. I thought for sure that flag was coming out. Didn't see it. I mean, we both saw it. He was getting yanked down to the turf.
Tackled him right in front of the white hat.
Well, Abdil Richards hung with it long enough there. That was almost a great 30-yard pass play, but he knocked it out at the last second. 2nd and 10. Murphy drops back. Has a lot of space, has room if he needs it. I think he'll run it. He will. He will get knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be close. Where do they mark this? Good spot. Smart spot by that official. Just shy of the first down. I thought at home they'd give it to him, but.
Yeah, good hustle by Simpkins. But now it's going to be 3rd and 1. And they got one guy moving the chains, and it's.
Hey, whoa,
we got confusion going on over here with these chains. We got to get some. Because that was not a first down.
No, he's doing it. He's got him back. He's got him back.
Whoa.
This
should be 3rd down.
Should
Get
be
these guys.
Should be 3rd and 1.
They got to get those chains set back up because it should be 3rd and 1.
And if you're the coaching staff of the Vikings, you're not happy because you're slowing this momentum down. The Renegades defense getting at least an extra 15 seconds gasp of air, and the coaching staff now for the Vikings is saying, hey, hold on a second.
Yeah, they got to get those chains right because it should be farther than that.
I liked the spot. I thought it was at the 30. That's where it is, but the first down's at the 31.
Yeah, and it should have been the 32.
Hard count. They're going to pick up the first down no matter what because the Renegades.
And he still has room.
And now Murphy's making some stuff happen over there, and he gets shoved out of bounds at the 43-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah.
The penalty will be declined.
We got drama, ladies and gentlemen, because they're approaching midfield with 1:40 to play. And Murphy can move around very well. So you got to account for him as he scrambles. And they're going empty again.
Oh, boy. 1:41 remains in the 4th, 22-17.
You want to be deep as the deepest as a Renegade defensive back right now. We also need to have a spy for that quarterback, Murphy.
He drops back on the far hash. He's in trouble. He gets hammered and thrown down. We think Ricky Lingway.
And that's a huge play right there. Finally, the first negative play of the drive for the Renegades.
And
defense.
Ricky got him. He was coming after him earlier.
Great job with the defense running a game, as we call it, when you got the inside 3 technique defensive tackle that goes outside and you twist that defensive end. We called that twist fire blast back in the days. I'm not sure what we call it now, but amazing job by the defensive line getting that sack and forcing them to use their first timeout with 1:32 remaining to play.
Oof. 92 seconds. 22-17. The Renegades lead by 5.
Always drama in the LBC. Pulling my Nate Dogg voice out on them. 22-17. Renegades looking to hold on. Defense forced back out there after some conservative offense. But like I said, when your defense is playing well for most of the game, you feel like you can put them out there. But backs against the wall, I loved being out there when it was time to shine.
And again, this is a stadium where everybody sits on the same side. So to our right is the BC side in red and white. To our left is the Long Beach side in a ton of red as well. 2nd and 15. Murphy drops back. It's going to be a screenplay. And it's
picked!
It's stolen, and this could be it.
Wow!
It's picked off. What a fantastic play by Alex Bolden. It was a screenplay. Jonathan Murphy dropped back. You could tell it was a screenplay. Bolden read it perfectly, sticks his paw up in the air, a one-handed interception. And with 1:24 to go in the 4th quarter.
Oh, my goodness.
A huge, huge play by Alex Bolden, the sophomore.
One hand on you, VP. One hand on you.
Washington Union High School out of Fresno. And you could see it was just one of those obvious screenplays.
Oh, my goodness.
All the defensive linemen were let through, and Bolden held his ground. And the soft toss by Murphy was what gave Bolden an opportunity. And now Irby will hand the ball off to who? Who else? Elijah Ortiz. A big hit, and the crowd let everybody know that it was a big hit, but Ortiz is...
He was giving himself up, trying to stay in bounds.
Not fazed by that whatsoever. Timeout has been called by Long Beach. So an exciting finish here. It's not over yet, but with a minute 16 to go here in the 4th, and the Renegades holding on.
VP, how about the plays on the defensive side of the football today? I want to see. I'm calling my contacts at ESPN. I'm trying to get one of these plays on the air tonight.
Call them and let them know that we've got a Red Shield Player of the Game award that's going to go out after this, sponsored by Tony's Pizza. And I think I know who you may pick. You may not know who I'm going to pick, and we can only give one of them out. So
yeah,
we'll have to talk about it. We'll do it after our final break. Want to thank Luigi's Italian Restaurant and Delicatessen. Thank you, Gino. You'd have loved a game like this tonight, Gino. This would have been a doozy for you. For all of you and your gang at Luigi's, thank you. To Hodel's, I'll see you tomorrow. Fine Sunday afternoon of eating ahead for me, my friend. 2nd and 7. Irby takes the snap, gives it to Ortiz. Ortiz busts through to about the 13-yard line. And that'll be the final timeout taken by Long Beach City. And even if they were to somehow stop this and make it a 4th down, DeJager will most likely pop it through anyway.
The DeJagermeister.
So this Renegade fan base over here really treated to a great football game tonight. Very exciting. We saw it all tonight. We'll recap it in our post-game show. But we've seen quite a bit tonight. A highlight reel football game with long plays, exciting interceptions, fumble recoveries, a double fumble recovery, long touchdown passes. We've seen great, talented players on both sides of the football. And we saw a 50-yard field goal right through the middle with 10 yards to spare.
Right now I want to see this offensive line do work, push the pile, and get this 4 yards so we can kneel down on them.
Blake Brown, Blaine Brown, Eamon Sullivan, all the big fellas out there.
One of my favorite teammates.
Josh Ubeda, the whole Ubeda family down here watching.
A little hard count would be nice as well.
Protect that football. Protect that football.
That's the key.
8 on the play clock. Here come the Vikings. They want a piece of it. Irby.
False start.
And if nothing else, the Vikings get the clock to stop. So
that's exactly what we didn't need out of the offensive
one of
line.
these moments where you really need to the disgruntled, chagrined voice you hear up here is none other than our spotter, legendary UCLA Bruin Coop
Cool.
Not thrilled with an offensive lineman jumping in this. Fortunately, I've got his bodyguard. Keep him quiet, please. Please keep him under wraps. Thank you, Stacy.
Coop, UCLA legend.
Here we go.
From the 50s. It's 3rd and 9 right here. Expect run.
Ortiz tries to get to the outside, cuts back up.
Oh, that's first down.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
he went down
he
before.
fell.
Went down before, almost a touchdown. I was way more psyched for the possibility of a touchdown than a first down, knowing we have Diego in our back pocket. Or will we just go on a knee? I hope they go for those 3, baby. And we have the luxury of winding this thing down all the way to about 21 seconds, 22 seconds.
Yeah.
And I think Coach Judy's doing exactly that. He's letting them know, I'm going to call a timeout when that play clock gets to 1.
Yeah, and Diego, chance to go perfect on the night. And it'll be a nice exclamation point on a fantastic night from him.
Let me ask you this, though, Kenny. They call the timeout. Let me ask you this. Do they attempt the field goal thinking that the rare possibility of a block, return, scoop, and score?
That's a great analogy to have because it's very dangerous.
No timeouts for the Vikings.
No timeouts.
I think Coop's agreeing. Why kick a field goal? Could be blocked, could be scoop and scored for the most devastating loss in a long time.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Or you could line up for the field goal and run the fake.
What do we do? You want a headset, Mike?
Coop. This is the most demonstrative I've seen Coop all season too.
He's fired.
Coop, how much candy you eat today?
Or how much did you call Vegas on this thing? He's fired up, man. No field goal, Coop says, and I don't think we'll see one either. I just the more the clock started to unwind, the more reality set into my brain. You know.
That's a great decision. Come out, run the football. You've been able to do that pretty much.
Down.
Get a first down. Exclamation point, but protect the football more than anything. So if you don't get
Here it is, 4th and 2 with 22 seconds to go. Irby takes the snap. Ortiz with the handoff. Ortiz going to get to the end zone. Touchdown. Boom. Renegades win.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
No flags, I don't believe. Or was there?
What is going on?
It's awfully quiet here. I don't see a flag. You see a flag?
I do not see a flag on the ground. However, I see the ref
What's happening
with the
here?
football looking as if he wants to walk.
Oh, a holding call.
Oh, my goodness.
Anybody see a flag up here?
So we got a holding penalty.
Oh, there it is. It was
okay.
On the 10, on the 1 of the 10-yard line. It was up on the tip of the 1. I didn't see it. So touchdown call back. Never even saw it leave the air, get into the air.
Well, right now is a situation where you have a team in the Renegades that has a 4th and 11. And it seems like we're just going to line up and run the football and hope for 11 yards.
Ortiz is going to try to kill as much time as he can. He finally slides down at the 23-yard line. He killed 6 seconds.
If we give the football back to Long Beach for one more try, in the famous words of my main man and entertainment partner, Brian McKnight, they're giving him 3 more seconds.
Oh, no, the whistles blew. The whistles blew at 10 seconds. That's what I do. I was watching. The whistle blew at 10 seconds. And then the home clock let it go down to 8, and I was like, okay. But
so
then they put it back to 1. Well, we said we've seen it all tonight, Kenny. We said we've seen it all.
All right, we're looking for some razzle-dazzle. We talked about an interesting game. I do not want to see anything else that's more interesting than what we've seen already. Let's go ahead and get this front 4. Hopefully we can get some pressure with the front 4.
Okay. 1st and 10. This is, for all intents and purposes, final play of the game. And now a flag is thrown, and it probably is a delay of game. The play clock is stopped, and so.
All right, back them on up.
I guess if you
It
have
should be a 10-second runoff since they have an offensive penalty. And that should be game.
Well, they have 11 seconds, so they'll have 1 second. Oh, they haven't started yet. They haven't started the series yet. So here it is.
No penalties if you're the Renegade defense.
Throws out here. It'll be the old hook and ladder, and it is thrown backwards. The Renegades might scoop and score again. Oh, couldn't get it done, and with zero time left, that's it. The Renegades with a big win.
Finally. My first Renegade victory of my broadcast career over the Long Beach Vikings.
22-17, Renegades with a big win on the road at Long Beach. This is great to see. We will come back. We will wrap things up. We have our Red Shield Player of the Game Award to go out by Tony's Pizza, and we'll do all of that right after this on News Talk 1180 KERN and Bakersfield.com.
It's hard to think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
From the growers and winemakers to the tasting room staff, sales teams, and business owners, wine is an iconic image of California. At Rabobank, we know that viticulture and enology are an important part of the Golden State's business climate. They're industries in which growing businesses require a financial partner who understands the unique challenges they face every day. As one of the world's largest lenders to the wine industry, Rabobank provides local expertise, access to a global financial network, exclusive research, and educational resources. We're committed to nurturing and investing in California's wine network. We are Rabobank, driven to do more for the people and communities we serve.
Renegade fans, mark your calendars for the 2018 BC football homecoming game Saturday, October 27, 6 p.m. against the East LA Huskies. The 1988 National Championship BC football team will be honored at halftime, and after the game, be sure to stick around for a special fireworks show over Memorial Stadium. You're not going to want to miss this one. Buy your tickets now by visiting Validtix.com or by calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gays!
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College Athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gades!
Growth starts small, from a seed or an idea or a plan for your future. And with the right tools, the right guidance, things start to happen. At Rabobank, we know about growth because we provide banking for communities grounded in agriculture, helping people like you and communities like ours thrive with the right banking solutions. It's why at Rabobank, we roll up our sleeves to go to work for you. We're Rabobank. Let's talk.
Think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Rabobank delivers banking and
A 22-17 victory for the Bakersfield College Renegade football team down here at Veterans Memorial Stadium against Long Beach City. The Vikings came storming back late in this fourth quarter, and they were given a couple opportunities to actually take the lead, but a big interception by one of the linebackers from holding one of our linebackers, stuck his hand up there, made a great play, and to the very end, we still had to try to get a first down, and it got a little sketchy at the very end, but a big W for the Bakersfield College Renegades. Vance Palm, Kenny Calvin here in our post-game show. What a big win. Before we get any further, Kenny, your thoughts overall on this game tonight?
Overall, consistency on defense as usual. Didn't do as great a job versus the running game as I would like, but that bend but don't break style of defense kept us from allowing more than 20 points, which basically won the game for us and allowed our special teams
to have such a vital impact because we just weren't giving up huge, big plays. Long Beach did a great job running the football in between the 20s and throwing when they needed to. Probably the most running I've ever seen out of this team since I've been broadcasting with you guys. And just a great opportunity for the defense to continue to make plays on the defensive side of the ball. How many turnovers? 4, 5, including the double fumble.
Our hands were in the passing lanes. We were making big hits to pop balls out, whether we got the call or not. Ricochets. We're a swarming defense, to use that phrase that gets overused quite a bit. It really was that case tonight. My overall thoughts on the game is that, Jacob Irby able to get off quickly and get a long 70-yard touchdown early. He made a couple of really nice pass plays that weren't in his repertoire the first couple of games. Able to kind of build that confidence up, and that's very important. I mean, how else can I say the next part without saying the obvious? Elijah Ortiz, my goodness. We talked about it. Really, you had maybe, 1 or 2 plays where Isaiah Martin carried the ball, nobody else. And when you can do that and get away with it and get a win, that's just how talented he is. Want to thank our athletic director, Sandy Taylor, tonight. Saw her sitting down there enjoying that one. Our sports information director, Brandon Urie. Thank you, Fury, for your halftime interview with us. John Mettis, the medicine man, jogging down there to get Coach Chudy's comments. Thank you, John. Our director-producer, Diana, thank you. Christian on camera as well. Our spotter, Coop, tonight, the vociferous, vocal, fired up, engaged
Man.
Coop, the sponsor. Thank goodness his bodyguard is here tonight to kind of keep him under control. AC, always good to have you with us tonight. And now we have come to the moment of our Red Shield Award, Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. I had thought I had my guy, and I thought I had the correct choice. We've covered all the guys and who we've all talked about. We talked about the defense, talked about Jalen, talked about Elijah, talked about Irby, talked about all these guys for our Red Shield Player of the Game. But you brought to my attention your, without a doubt, no questions asked winner, and I quickly signed on board. Who is it?
One of the things I love about football, it's about the whole team. It's not about offense. It's not about defense. It's not about just special teams. But tonight, however, we had Nathan DeYager continue to be lights out, perfect on the season, leading the team in scoring, and kicked the 50-yarder, and even kicked another 47-yarder or 37-yarder off the upright to go in and remain perfect on the year. So how could I not honor the kickers? And in the name of Brandon Fury Urie, former kicker, Nathan DeYager, Red Shield Player of the Game.
Did Fury text you ahead of time for Red Shield Award? Because he came skipping up here, going like this, kicking the ball like this. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, right. I couldn't agree with you more. And look, some dominating performances tonight by some of our players. Really some great, great play out there. But we only won by 5. And had he not kicked a few of them, it wouldn't be that case. But that 50-yarder was...
Without 2 of those, we lose the game.
That's absolutely right. Nathan DeYager, the BCHS Eagle, and the Renegade sophomore had a phenomenal night tonight. The Red Shield Award, brought to you by Tony's Pizza, goes to Nathan DeYager. Congratulations. Well, we've said all of our thank yous. We've given out our awards. There's only one more thing to do, and that's remind everybody that next Saturday night, 6 o'clock kickoff, East L.A. will be here at Memorial Stadium in Bakersfield for homecoming, and we will celebrate the 30-year national championship team and the Kern Schools Federal Credit Union fireworks show. It's going to be an absolute blast up there. The weather should be stupendous. I can only give you this bit of advice. You better get up there early, because I can assure you, from what I know and what Kenny know, from what we've been picking up on our cell phone, there is going to be a massive amount of people there for that 88 championship team. So on behalf of everybody, have a great weekend. Drive safe. Good night and God bless.
Woo.